Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek Cast 81, Groveling Goblins. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing okay?
Doing good, man.
Doing excellent.
Excellent.
Yes.
What are you-
3.5 hour interview down, 1 hour long left.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah.
Potential employee, or like, are you the one doing the interview or the being interviewed?
I was the interviewee.
Oh.
Yes.
Very cool. Nice
Yes.
gig.
Yes. So we shall
Awesome.
see. Yeah.
Nice. Boop boop boo.
And how are you, Jack? Same
And
as always.
silent. But we got Mr. Positivity who just joined.
And it's Mr. Positivity, Charles, who has no voice. Maybe it's a good thing Charles doesn't have a voice tonight.
Dude, can't hear you, man.
Hey, Charles, we really can't hear you.
Nothing, man.
I can see him screaming, yelling, looking confused.
Now you're
Can you hear
unmuted.
me?
Yes,
Yeah,
now.
now-
Yeah, I can. Really low.
Oh. Yeah, seriously, I was like, "Wah!" Like, and nobody was hearing me. But,
We could see
oh
it.
my gosh!
We could see it. That's the funny thing.
We could feel
Wow.
your emotion.
Y'all can feel it in the emotion. Whew.
All right.
Yeah,
Holy.
what a week! I just came back from New York. I got back from New York around like 4 o'clock.
Damn.
It's always nice to leave New York.
Yeah. Oh, it is definitely. I had a funeral to go to on Monday. That's why I was kind of quiet online because I was dealing with that, and seeing my other family members I haven't seen in a long time, and we had a great conversation, man. We really took it to another level where it was like, yeah, guys, we can't wait the next 20 years to see each other. Like, we need to make these things happen like now. Let's see each other more often, call each other, check on each other, because you don't ever know when you'll be the last time you talk to someone.
Yep.
So yeah, we were big on that. We had a nice going away service. We went to this for the repast. We went to this. It's an old mansion in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. It was an old Hawaka. I forgot how it's spelled. But it's an old mansion. The place is huge, and we just had, we had catered food. We had a live band performance. My cousin performed, so that was
Like
great.
a celebration of life.
Yeah, man, it was a celebration
Rather
of
than a past.
life.
There you go. I like those better.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was great. We all had a good time. My cousin flew in from California to do to pay the respects, and did a wonderful tribute performance or whatnot. And then and especially tough for him to get his tour, like with his tour schedule, is just insane. So it was great for him to come in, and like we said, like, hey, we just all need to keep in touch.
Cool.
So yeah, left. Did that on Monday, Tuesday. Yesterday was the funeral and everything, and then we got up early. But I wanted to get me a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with salt, pepper, ketchup. Oh my god, I missed that so much in New York. Oh my god, I was just like, and the traditional New York coffee. I needed it.
Wait,
I was
so
just like, huh?
You said traditional ketchup and what?
Oh no, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on a sesame bagel, toasted. Oh God. And then just had to have the coffee, the traditional New York coffee in the blue cup. Those cups are nowhere to be found anywhere else. They're just blue cups, and they're straight New York. And when I just say, I just fell in love with the city for a second. even though the pigeons were running past me. But
Well, stop
Yeah.
feeding them.
I didn't feed them. It was this dude next to me that was feeding them, like
Uh-huh.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah, we know you're not 80.
So I didn't feed any of them.
Is
You
is
know, I
Charles
was getting.
immortal?
Yeah, it was wild, man. So then, what else? Then I had an Italian icy. I had traditional. I had a New York pizza. I didn't get the cheesecake because we didn't have enough time. But yeah. Yep. So the soundtrack that I was listening to that whole time was Lady Gaga's "Just Another Day." That fit my whole lifetime, my whole experience in New York this past couple of days.
Nice, man.
Nice.
So now I'm rocking with my crew on the podcast, Irongeek Cast. Let's get to it. Happy, wonderful Wednesday, all. Ow!
All right.
I am here and in full effect.
Well, I guess the next
What do
point,
we got?
Ricky still has that Survey Monkey quiz out there, or survey for anybody that wants to fill it out, and that's up to Ricky if he wants to shut that thing down. But
Oh, okay. Yep, I've completely forgot about it. Sorry about that, dude.
but it doesn't mean I know I can also remove it from the show notes if you want me to remove it.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool. I think we got our responses, and I'll go ahead and remove that.
All right, I'll take it out the next cast then.
Well, cool.
All right,
You sound congested, bro. You all right?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a little flimmy right now.
Mm.
Okay, I guess that rolls us into the breach report.
So, this week for the breach report, it's going to be a little short. There were a lower amount of breaches that I was able to find than normal. I don't know if it could happen to have anything to do with the certain conference going on in Vegas, but it was lower than normal.
I bet it was.
Hey, hackers need a vacation too, man.
Apparently they do.
They need their summer
Mhm.
camp.
It's just like you look at spam on the weekends, you know, and spam on Saturday and Sunday is like 10% of what it is on Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So go with the flow. So first up, we have adultfanfiction.org. At some point was popped, apparently in May. But as far as I could tell, they didn't publicly disclose it. And that's kind of an oops. Or they still don't know. So we're not sure which. But yeah, like Have I Pwned shows there. The data included names, date of birth, email, passes, stored as MD5 and plain text. And this is fairly widely available for research purposes because I actually saw it today.
So how did Hunt get his hands on this if it's not exposed or if it's not disclosed yet?
No, I'm saying they may not have publicly disclosed yet. Just because he has it doesn't mean that the company said anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh,
because there's a lot of other people who already have it too.
That's a PR mess.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in this is that it stores both MD5 and plain text passwords.
Yeah, and I haven't actually looked through that yet to see if and what that could have potentially been was it could have been just a straight MD5 dump, and then somebody started cracking through all the passes, and then that's what is circulating and made it up to Hunt.
Yeah, what it could also be because, and I had to fix this on a development project about a year ago for an internal application. We were storing both plain text and decrypted passwords. And
Did you say plain text and decrypted?
B cryptid. As in Bravo.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been redundant if I said
Exactly.
that.
Right.
Yeah, I pinned this on development here.
Heck yeah.
Well,
It's always Deb's fault.
No. Well, yeah, mostly. Um, no, this is just what I found when I was poking around stuff. When I was on the development team. The reason for that is because we had a legacy package that was developed years ago that was using those plain text passwords, and no one bothered to update that side of the application.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been they were transitioning and trying to do it, or they were trying to just hit a compliancy or that kind of stuff. But it's always funny to me when I see that. It's like, hey, I remember that. I fixed that at one point.
Yeah, we've found that in tests a couple of times. It's not unusual.
I didn't think so.
The interesting thing is they weren't hashing the passwords either.
It's just plain text.
I'm sorry, they weren't salting the passwords either. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just straight encrypt or hash.
Just straight hash. Yeah. You're going to want to salt those hash passwords.
Well, yeah, and too, if you think about it, especially whenever it comes to a dev environment, are you going to put your top production gear towards a dev environment the majority of the time, or want to, from a financial perspective?
No.
And what's it take for encryption and decryption? More power.
Right.
Depends on the encryption or hashing, but yeah, and a lot of the times what we ended up using, and this was just like a student company, what we ended up using, because we didn't have the budget to even have a development server or anything like that we as developers actually had access to test code on and stuff like that. What we would
you were doing it all on your machines?
Yeah, we were all doing it locally, and what we ended up doing was creating an
open share.
No, a Vagrant box, so that you could run Vagrant up, or a Vagrant script that you could run Vagrant up within your file structure, and then it would build out the database. It would seed the database and all that fun stuff.
That was your build server, as it were?
Yeah, basically. It was like, here's how you can, and it was configured to be a match of our production server.
Nice.
So that was, I gave
it do, right?
Yeah, and it was super, it was nice. I liked it. And then I think eventually, if I stayed at that company a little longer in the development side of things, we would probably have moved to the Docker at some point, but
makes sense. Did you guys have I'm assuming you had a source code repository?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, public facing, open GitHub.
No. Private repository on Bitbucket. Super nice. Bitbucket actually had a lot of features that were super nice. But they still do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Meow.
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 On to numero deux. Oh, TSMC. Actually, I didn't even look it up to see what that means. But TSMC, they're a chip maker who provide chips for Apple, Qualcomm, NVIDIA, and others, hit by a virus that took advantage of unpatched Windows production line systems, took production completely offline for 1 day. They claimed this as a WannaCry variant. I was actually kind of surprised that it only took offline for 1 day, though.
Well, yeah. So,
there we go.
TSMC is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited, which is a building processors and fabricating those out, which is what is happening in this cube here machine.
Yeah, and I was looking at it some too, and it's interesting because we're in quarter 3 now, and they publicly stated, this is going to be a materials deficiency, and they're expecting lower revenue. Yet I looked at their financials, and their financials have not moved down at all over the last week since it was reported.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was reported, but it might not have anything going on.
Yeah, it may have minimal impact actually when it comes to like stock price and everything. And I think we're starting to see that more where if companies are good about publicly disclosing breaches and issues, security issues, I think it's becoming more common practice for investors to trust them that they're working their way through it as opposed to just bailing on the stocks.
Or that it happens that it's so frequent that they're assuming any company can get popped. Therefore, why remove my investment?
Why? Yeah. And the same thing happened. I think a lot of that has to attribute to how Equifax's financials have gone since their breach, and that's the largest breach in history. And their stocks are now at higher than they were even before the breach. And their mindset, Equifax's mindset, at least in the C-suite level or at management and level, has been to keep the same practices and keep the same people there. Just
make sure you blame the guy who didn't patch the systems.
They probably did, but I wish there was more stuff coming out of Equifax, because that would actually be really cool. But all I'm seeing in the months that I've kind of been following it on and off has been, we're just doing same old.
Yeah.
Like, great.
But now we offer dark web monitoring to see if we find anything from our database on the dark web. Like our database. That wasn't mean at all. And kind of the fun one from the last couple days here, Snapchat. So their iOS source code was leaked. I don't know if it was the entire leak. I was working my way through it. The leak that's out there is 513K, a lot of iOS feature types of functionality, like the toggle camera, zooming, night mode, hands-free, flash, etc. I didn't keep digging in because I've never coded up an iOS app before, so I don't know the exact structure and where everything is. So I was working on finding the user interface, but I only spent like 2 or 3 minutes looking through the data.
Yeah,
those are fun. Again, that's for research and educational purposes only.
Where did you see that? Oh, wait, some of it's. Did they link to the source code at all, or like is it?
No. Well, you can find the Git that it was on, but the Git's already been taken down. But enough people downloaded it off the Git before the what's it called, the cease and desist was issued. That it's somewhat available.
Okay.
I know on some private areas it's available, and I'm sure there's probably some public links that could get you there too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I might have to find that for some research purposes.
Exactly. Research is so fun and awesome.
Yeah, the issue though with iOS applications is you need, unless if it was an Ionic app or some other form of JavaScript cross compiler, it's going to be in like Go. No, not Go. Swift or Objective C. Probably Swift if it's the iOS one.
I didn't look all too. I mean, I was just looking mainly at file names. They were all ending in .h.
Oh, Objective C. Okay. Yeah, I did some debugging on iOS apps for a company while I was over in Europe.
Cool.
Yes.
And
So
that's all we have for the breach report.
mhm.
Since somebody decided everyone had to go to Vegas this week.
Or not.
Except none of us.
Yeah, we're still here. We're all going to. We're all just gonna go to DerbyCon.
Exactly. We know the conference.
I chose that specifically. That was a choice I made. I decided not to go to the events in Vegas just for DerbyCon
Nice.
because I think DerbyCon's better.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, by this point, I'm sorry, but DEF CON is just one of those things that you see and be seen. It's just way too big for being able to experience what you need to experience.
All right, I was going to start this little section called "Weird Group of the Week," and I was inspired to do this because I saw someone post a meme of this guy dressed up in all this Pakistani garb and so forth, and they had like I think LeBron James on one side and this guy on the other, and saying this guy thinks that he is genetically superior to the other guy, but that's not what the Pakistani is all about. They're more of an actual rejection of identity politics.
So they cloak themselves with identity.
Basically, it's a made-up identity. There's a couple of times I think it popped up on 4chan the idea and what they would call a nation of like posters, but it got a lot of traction when Sargon Akkad noticed that he could possibly get the British government census to recognize Pakistani as its own ethnic group, and that's a shit posters. I think they caught on to this pretty quick, but they figured if they could get Jedi listed as an official religion, why not?
Dudism is an official religion, which I am also a Dudist priest of.
Well, there's like a Church of Cannabis, I think.
But
Yes.
they have a running thing about what is it? The Kakistanis versus the normies and the Kakistans and all this, and they have a whole religion stuff. A joke religion formed around all this stuff, but it's not any kind of supremacy group, other than possibly, I guess, green supremacists. Actually, I have in show notes. I have a couple links to some videos that explain the whole Pakistani thing. But since essentially it's a meme that makes fun of identity politics.
Kekafuji's welcome.
Was that?
Kekafuji's welcome.
Yeah.
I like the one right next to it. Government, get out!
And they give them shit because the main flag you see is based on some kind of a Nazi battle flag.
Oh yeah.
But again, it's like I said, it's a parody of identity politics.
Ah.
Pakistanis identify themselves as their own ethnic group. Watch the videos I have. It's kind of funny. Someone also made a Pakistani flag out of what was it? Was it a Syrian flag or a Korean flag? And one was one of the gay flag with the rainbow and such. So people have done all sorts of parodies for Pakistan. But basically, it's just a meme making fun of identity politics. Any questions?
People take seriously.
Some people may.
That's awesome.
Okay. On to the next thing.
All right. I think the next thing is this Twitter guy, which I will share my screen to. There we go. So I don't know who put this in the show notes, so whoever did, go.
Well, yeah, someone dug through Sejong's old tweets, and there's a lot of things that I think most people would have to consider racist. If you reverse the words around, or if you reverse who it was about, let me bring it up myself.
Is she the Asian woman who went from being attractive to okay to no?
I don't know.
Where there was like the 3 pictures of her right next to one another, and she had like long brown hair. Then it was like short and choppy, and now it's got like purple or something in it.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Are white people genetically predisposed to burn faster in the sun, thus logically being only fit to live underground like groveling goblins? The cancel white people. What's some of these other ones? I think it's too small for me to read.
White men are bullshit. No one cares about women. You can threaten anyone on the internet except cops. I dare you to get on Wikipedia and play things white people can definitely take credit for. It's really hard. I don't know if that's troll. That's trolly.
I mean, a general rule here is if you say something that's racially charged and you can replace the race with the word Jew, and something's out of Mein Kampf, you might have said something pretty fucked up there.
That's one of the links I have there is Candace Owens apparently did do something like that. She took the exact same tweets and retweeted them, just replaced the white with either Jew or black, and she got banned from Twitter for, I think, 12 hours.
You know what's messed up is people will have to go to those lengths to see that this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very public person making these tweets, still hired, still from a noble institution, and people are looking at it and having trouble deciding whether or not this is a bad thing to talk like this. You don't have to swap in Jews or blacks or whomever. Yeah. This is bad.
Yeah,
you should. It's never okay for this. No.
And if a lot of times they'll say, "Hey, you got to look at the context." The context is in the tweet itself. If your tweet doesn't have the context, you probably don't want to be typing it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that people try to excuse it with. They say, well, she's just responding to the trolls in the same language that they talk to her. But if you look at it, she's not actually responding to anybody. It's not a reply. It's just a general, hey, I hate white people statement. It's not a, I hate this particular troll, or, I call this particular troll whitey or something. It's a reply to no one. It's just a new post about hating white people. So that's not a response to anybody. The other justification I heard someone say is, well, Asians have had it so bad in this country. Well, a couple of things about that. One, she's Korean of recent immigration, so she wasn't in any kind of Japanese internment camp, and she wasn't building railroads, or ancestors weren't building railroads out west. She was a recent immigrant. She didn't suffer through any of that shit, so I don't hear about systematic oppression from the past. Yeah. I put those justifications for her behavior, and I'm like, no, that doesn't pass muster.
Just to clarify, though, South Korea, right?
Yes, South Korea.
So not a spy.
As far as we know.
Well, no past actions inflicted upon your ancestors justifies shit. I mean, that's a bullshit cop-out no matter how the fuck you slice it.
Well, you covered it for me. I guess I'll go back to being on mute.
I can imagine it representing a certain amount of anger. Not like this. I mean, you could be angry and want to find out why and things like that, and discover a little bit more about what happened.
I'm curious what this person does.
But posting like this.
What do you do? Senior writer at Verge, soon to be editorial board, New York Times, law and technology and stuff.
No. I mean, it's bullshit whores like her. I mean, people like her that that want to use historical context to cover up the fact that they're fucking garbage humans.
Yeah. Amen.
I gotta ask, has the New York Times said anything about this? Because I mean, I can't believe.
No. Oh fuck no, they won't.
I mean,
I thought they did. My bad. I thought they did. And I thought they were backing her.
Yeah, of course they're gonna back her because it doesn't look good for the demographic that we fire one of their own.
The controversy. Oh God, yeah, she has not updated her picture. I was like, her Twitter picture doesn't look that bad. What are you guys talking about? And then I found I'm looking through to find the response from the New York Times, and they have an updated picture.
Yeah. Sorry you had to see that.
It's okay. It's what I do for research, right?
What I get also don't get is when people criticize her. Everybody gets called alt-right who criticizes these posts. I'm like,
Because it's a cop out. It's like if you do you guys know the comedian Bill Burr?
Yeah.
You know, so there's a bit that he has where he talks about how to argue with women, and it's just, and at the end of it all, there's the Trump all card where you just call them a cunt. and that's what this is. That's what that is for crybabies, is they'll just call you alt-right. And it's like, all right, cool. That has no context to what I was saying at all. So, all right, you just get labeled it, and then you're done.
It's the debate argument of saying "fuck you," "fuck the table," taking your ball and going home.
Yeah, I'm trying to. After New York Times announced, alt-right used her old tweets to accuse her of being racist against white people.
There's not a lot to say about this one, is there? I mean,
okay, so here's what Jung wrote. While it was intended as, I'm going to pull it up on my screen here.
oh Jesus, it was intended as.
It was intended as satire. I deeply regret that I mimicked the language of my harassers. These comments were not aimed at a general audience because general audiences do not engage in harassment campaigns. I can understand how hurtful these posts are out of context and would not do it again. It is also worth noting that the Times announcement of her hiring noting that since the Times announcement of her hiring, she has been staving off an onslaught of racist, misogynistic comments.
Wait, but
okay.
She said there. Hey, can you link that over on the side real quick?
Yeah. Here's the New York Times' post real quick. Where's my Hangouts tab? I've got like 30.
Fox's New York Times. Oh, statement from the Times. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, statement from the New York Times. We hired Sarah Jung because of the exceptional work she has done covering the internet and technology at a range of respected publications. Her journalism and the fact that she is a young Asian woman have made her a subject of frequent online harassment. For a period of time, she responded to that harassment by imitating the rhetoric of her harassers. She sees now that this approach only served to feed the vitriol. Whoa, that's a different word. Vitriol that we often see on social media. She regrets it, and the Times does not. Vitriol. Sorry.
Yes, that's a pre-beer word.
We had candid conversations with Sarah as part of our thorough vetting process, which included a review of her social media history. She understands that this type of rhetoric is not acceptable at the Times, and we are confident that she will be an important voice of the editorial board moving forward. Okay.
So in other words, if it was any one of us that did the same shit that she did, yes, we to inform that,
like if I was a white guy, I mean I am, but if I tweeted this shit, I'd be done. Like they look at my social media history and they'd be like, nope, you're a ticking time bomb. Yeah, you're a racist. You're a ticking time bomb. You're just you can't work with people. Blah blah blah. Also, there's the updated picture.
And the editorial board, in which she gets to make decisions about stories that either go forward or do not go forward, or the certain language of those stories.
Okay, so what Cappy said that I thought was very interesting, or read, these comments were not aimed at a general audience. All these comments were on Twitter, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the largest general audience in the world.
No at symbol.
Yeah.
I mean,
help racism.
She didn't add anybody on these.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Did you just retweet that?
No, I didn't retweet it. I just found it.
Oh man, that'd be funny. Man, like, yeah, this is like I thought. Oh my gosh, how long has social media been around? Like,
Since she was born.
15 years. Nah, I don't know. Since I was born. She's a bit older than me. Like 15 years or some stuff like that. How do people not realize don't post crap on the internet? It stays there forever.
Ladies, watch out. Cappy likes the Cougars.
I'll just say this. I knew that what I was posting to Usenet in the 1990s was going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I don't think she has any excuse as to, like, I didn't know this was going to hang around.
Bullshit.
And the Times knew about it. They reviewed it and went ahead and hired her. So I don't expect a firing. It would probably be a bad thing for them to fire her at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like what they said. Of course, I'm taking what they're saying at face value. That they reviewed it and they're like, "Well, we don't condone it." I think if it happens again, they might just walk her ass out the door. I think, but maybe that's me being hopeful. If you look at their statement, they basically said we don't condone it. We reviewed it. We find it unsettling, but she's expressed remorse. So
yeah, exactly. And again, it was a known commodity. She was a known commodity. They researched her, they saw it, and her explanation worked. But you're right. If she does it again, maybe they won't be so lenient. I don't know.
She probably will, because idiots don't learn their lesson.
Wasn't there somebody a few years ago that the New York Times was considering hiring? I forget her name, but she was like, I think she dated Aaron Schwartz, he was like a pretty well-known. What was that?
Her name was Quinn Norton, and I think that was in February of 2018 that they hired her.
I've got that right up here now.
Okay.
That's what I was just reading.
Yeah, and I think she was given an offer or something. I don't know. It was just like they had spoken over email or Twitter or something like that. But I thought she had an offer, and then it was rescinded because it turned out that she had previous friendship with Weave or something like that, and that's why her offer was rescinded.
Yep. I like this quote. Norton had about that. Norton had defended her friendship with Weave, asserting that having racist friends and family is an inevitable part of whiteness.
Wait, is that Weave like moved overseas? Weave?
That's like a neo-Nazi guy, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah, because he was like the biggest shit poster in history.
Man.
But even so, I mean, I don't know. It seemed like I don't think she was friends with him for a point in time, and then she was no longer friends with him because she, recognized how screwed up some of the stuff that he was doing was, and stuff like that. But she wasn't given a position for that reason. Yeah, I think we all agree that it's crazy.
So, if you say with this group, it's okay, but if you're friends with that group, not okay. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's guilt by association.
I love this world. It's amazing. Can I go back to Europe?
You don't want to go back there.
Huh?
You don't want to go back there. It's worse.
Not where I was.
No, it's coming. It's coming to Europe.
It's going to come hard too. Look the way Germany and such is going too.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of glad. I was glad to leave because I saw some of the shit that Germany was pulling, and also I started hearing more of the shit that Germany's pulled in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't think this is okay, guys. To a bunch of people that were basically just fapping away at Merkel. But
okay, I didn't know that people got off like that. But hey, it's each their own.
dude, people That's everything. Anything
That's
else?
a
I don't know.
Merkel.
I have my limits.
Yeah, me too.
You do. I'm sure you do, but other people might not have the same limits as you. That's the whole point.
That's why ended it with to each their own.
Yep.
Right. He did say a whole bunch of people who were fat, but Merkel wasn't one person. Whoever he was staying with had some interesting ideas of a mate.
Moving on.
Moving on.
What we got next? I think it's oh yeah, and then we had this guy too, which we kind of covered. Helisexual?
Yeah, so I shared this one. I saw it earlier. So one
Yeah,
of the
that
common,
is awesome.
one of the common memes amongst gender identity is bisexual identifies an Apache attack helicopter.
Yep.
So because there are more than two genders. Sarcasm. So this is obviously one of the ones. If you want to take one of these and buy them and post them around to trigger all your friends, by all means, go ahead. I might get one and put them on Pat 12 because I find that shit hilarious.
Is it a patch or a
Yeah, it's a Velcro or it's a
like a sew-on one?
like a vinyl patch. No, like it's got Velcro on it. It should. Yeah, with hook fasteners.
Put on your backpack.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm gonna probably do that.
It is funny.
If it was like a plaque or something, I probably would throw it on my car. That'd be
I
funny.
mean, you could probably take that image and blow it up and make a poster or a flag out of it or something. If you really want to depose it.
Just go. Oh, dude, that would be the best. Like, go to a gay pride parade with that as a flag. Dude, I would totally do that. It's like, what? You're. It's like, and then you get harassed for it. It's like, you are oppressing me.
Well, I sexually identify as a shark with a freaking laser beam on his head.
We're called sharkers, shakers.
I'm a sharker and shaker.
Hey, sharky is something very much else. All right, that's I'm not involved.
We're learning all the new things today.
And we're still on air.
And next,
next. All right, DHL theme mouse spam reveals embedded malware in animated GIF.
Yeah, I saw this one. I just thought it was really interesting. So basically, it's a standard two-part malware. It's Agent Tesla. The actual initial dropper is a standard executable that appears to be a Excel spreadsheet or a Word document like that. But then it goes out to its payload server and grabs a GIF, which is actually an anime GIF. If you scroll down there in the article a little bit, it actually shows it there. A little further down.
Oh, right here. Wait, what?
No, keep going. That's their analysis. That's it down there. Yeah, that's it right there.
Store. Nice.
Yeah, and it literally has code. If you actually look at the hex stump there, it actually has code embedded into it that it pulls and extracts out. So it gets masqueraded via an actual animated GIF.
Dude, it's C. Dude, nice.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's really that's a good way to get past detection. Because
we've had them in pictures for years. Is this the first time we've had it in a GIF?
I doubt it, but
oh yeah, I probably doubt it too. But it's interesting method of steganography to get past IDSs and whatnot.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet though.
Let's see what are they doing? Try new active object wscript.shell. So it opens a shell?
Well, it creates an executable through a JavaScript to make it persistent. So you see that on the startup. And then it actually, if you look at the packet capture just below there, it actually goes and grabs the actual image.
Well, yeah, it does. Dope. It's always fun looking at how people exploit stuff, not the people affected by it, because then you're like, oh, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
In a research way.
Hey, if you go lower on the screen, though, I mean, if you have antivirus, you're good to go. Doesn't matter. Because 3 out of 58
Oh my
virus
God.
total.
Yeah.
Catch it.
I mean, that's pretty good. It shows you how fast, how well it gets behind those things. I mean,
And
really.
that is how good a hash-based antivirus works.
3 divided by 58. Oh, why did my numlock die? Hey, 3 divided by 58. Oh my God.
Actually, scroll down. I didn't see that before. Apparently, they are using MP3 files. If someone made a comment there saying they're using MP3s to distribute it.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Dope. Why is this not okay? 3 divided by 58 is 5%. Ouch.
Yeah.
It's very good at invading it. No, just hash evasion or hash antivirus just sucks.
Well, I mean, you don't expect to find malicious code in the middle of a GIF, and honestly, yeah, the GIF by itself isn't malicious because you've got code in there, unless your viewer is vulnerable to an exploit like that Windows image viewer that was like 15 years ago. They had that issue where just opening the image, like just even viewing the thumbnail, could own your system.
Yep.
So
the good old days.
yeah.
What is this? Is this only? Whoa! Is this only exploitable through Internet Explorer, or is this exploitable through?
No, that's the payload is inside the image. It's actually if you look down there at the hex dump, it's actually you see the strings of it in there. So
Just
it goes and
viewing the
pulls-
image through whatever point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Viewing the image won't do it actually.
Huh.
So they're basically sneaking in the payload.
Right. Okay. Cool. So even if you were to open this up in like image gallery, it would still run the code. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is bad. This is real bad. Nice.
Yep.
When your memes are malware. Dude, nice.
Hey, they have definitely upped their meme game.
Definitely.
It's like
Hey.
top notch.
The show is only so that we can send you more memes, okay?
That's right.
All right. Next up, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Sextortion?
So, yeah. So I talked about this originally about 2 weeks ago. There was a sextortion scam going around, basically saying, "Yeah, we watched you watch porn. We have the video on it. Send us money, or we will release it to your friends and family." And they actually went and gathered a bunch of about 20 Bitcoin addresses to monitor, and they've actually got about 334 now, and about 17% have actually gotten payments into them, and they've got about $250,000 so far already seen paid into it.
Man, I am in the wrong line of work.
And that's just what they know about. I mean, I'm sure there's more they haven't even seen.
Yeah, they probably have more addresses than just 20. How do we know how many users were affected by this, or how many people are affected by this?
I don't know because it was just an email scam, so it's hard to say.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it could. All right.
Yeah.
$0 amount of money the bad guys have moved out of these addresses. So it's still in there.
Yeah.
So once they cash it, then they're going to be like, bam, in your face.
But yeah, it goes back to user education because otherwise you're going to pay something and be a sucker. So.
The 334 addresses we are tracking are thought to be an insignificant subset of those involved in the campaign. Holy shit.
Sucker.
That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
People are getting a lot better at tracking all the transactions and whose addresses.
Yeah, I've understand that they've started tracking some. Is that true?
What'd you say?
I heard that they're starting to track Adrian said they're getting better at tracking these payments. I think one of you guys retweeted something about them tracking the payments to neo-Nazis. Was that right?
Yeah, I saw something about that, and one of the persons this is though it's a neo-Nazi apparently is Stefan Molyneux, which is not really an accurate description of him, I think. But
yeah, Stefan's got some, let's say, interesting views about race and IQ.
What are these views?
His views are based on the research that what's his name? Robert
Charles Murray.
Charles Murray's the guy. So Charles Murray, and I guess it was later replicated, did a survey about or did a study on race and IQ. And this guy talks about it quite a bit. I heard him on the Sam Harris podcast. Sam Harris wasn't interviewing him, but he kind of talked about why he doesn't interview him.
Right.
So his views are what Asians, well, the study shows, and he agrees with the study, with that it's Hasidic Jews have the highest IQ, followed by Asians. Is that right? And then followed by whites, and then down on the scale are Black and Latinos.
Let's find it. Wait, Murray, IQ race study.
Find that these are averages, and that all the bell curves overlap.
I like that he's just like totally off his rocker with his IQ percentage.
So Richard J. Herenstein and Charles Murray wrote a book on this, apparently. Wait,
he
no.
doesn't even deserve my name. He doesn't deserve my name.
Mitigation
Not cool enough.
Not cool enough. Not positive enough. Positive enough.
No, he is not.
He didn't drink his happy juice.
Sip, sip, sip. Hey, Simone, sip, sip, sip.
Simone's drinking happy juice.
Mm-hmm. He's happily drinking. Yep.
That's right.
Now, if y'all are interested, Sam Harris did interview Charles Murray on his podcast, so that's an interesting one to listen to.
Okay. I would definitely take a listen to just to kind of see. You know, it's always good. It's always, and I tell anybody, you know, if it's something, if you're going to disagree with something, you need to listen to the whole argument.
And the strongest argument that view has.
Yes.
You know, if you want to talk about sexual identity, it's probably not worth arguing with some quack on Twitter.
No, it's not. It never is.
Never is. Yeah.
Never is. Because here's the thing, and you got to realize too, anything that you say on your keyboard, and this is a message for everyone out there listening, anything that you say on your keyboard, eventually you will have to answer for.
No, I won't.
Not in the, and here's the thing, and don't get me wrong, not in the, I just want to put this out there, not in a violent way, but in a way where, hey, a subject can come up and say, for example, a subject about like how to cook the best eggs and how to eat your eggs properly. And 5 months ago, I said, man, eggs are disgusting. And the people who eat eggs are disgusting cannibals. But then we come up to say like a DEF CON, and you see me in person, you guys are standing in a circle. Man, the eggs were awesome this one, wasn't they? And then I'm standing there, and somebody calls me out. Hey, I heard that you don't even like eggs. And then 90% of the time you usually get the well. I didn't say per se that I didn't like eggs. I'm just saying that I had a sick reaction to them. I'm not saying it makes me sick. People start pedaling back from what they say.
You mean like that one guy like what a couple weeks ago that said that we need to fire all white people, and he started backpedaling when I was like,
yes, exactly. So to everyone out there who's voicing your opinions, and that's great. You should have opinions. You have ideas. You should be able to challenge someone else's thought or rhetoric. But just be prepared to answer for what you say out there, because there's always going to be somebody to say, hey, I thought you didn't like this, or I thought you did say this at such time. You need to be able to defend it and back it up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I also agree people change, or people can change views.
Yes, they can.
You may have held in 2012, may no longer views you hold today, especially if you're presented with a better argument. I don't think anyone's really a lost cause. And people can change. So, but you may have to answer for it, like you said. At some point, you're gonna have to argue your way out of it.
Yeah, that's all. It's not, and again, and the people, and another, I know, fun fact, public service announcement or whatever, happy times comment. Woo! Yes, woo! The ones that are willing to get violent over certain things that you say, those are the ones you want to stay away from, and those, because they're the most ignorant. No, they really are. Like this.
I know. I agree with you.
When you want to get violent with somebody because they don't agree with you or see the same things that you're seeing, then you're an idiot, because you refuse to hear the argument, and you're pretty much telling everybody at that moment that it's my way or the highway, and I know what I'm doing, and I know better than you do, and anybody that disagrees with me needs to be destroyed.
College.
Charles, I can kind of be more summarized of, if you get violent because of something someone said,
it's terrible.
You've already got a problem right there.
It is, but you'd be surprised. How many people do we see?
Oh, I know.
Online. Remember what you said on Facebook? Pow!
Oh, I know.
It's like a bad girlfriend, but it's everyone else.
Yeah, and he was like, well, what did he do?
Everyone.
He said this like 2 months ago. He said this. So I had to defend it. Pow. So
I don't know. I mean, some people do get me like that, and sometimes you just got to go upside the head once or twice.
Yeah, but think about it, and you got to think about it too. The people that are trying to get you like that, they're doing it intentionally to see if they can get a rise out of you, or see if they could get you taken out of your position because they want to be you so much, or they want to be in your position. You got to think about it. The most cowardly way to do anybody to make someone angry is, like I said, if you're using your words and somebody can just get upset by what you're saying. Oh my God, they got you. They got your heart. They got your soul. They got everything, because they just have to know what word can trigger your anger. And guess what? If you retaliate, or you do anything crazy, or even say anything that's even remotely hate-filled or racist, guess what? Now you've been knocked out of a position that you worked so hard for. Roseanne, I'm just saying. But
I want to be like Charles.
I want to be like Charles. I just want, I know there's only one moi, but I just want everybody to look at the beauty of life and see it, even though the realities can be ugly, but you could take that reality, take your dreams, mix it all together, and it can become sweet again.
Also, just to add on that for 1 second, if you allow somebody else to manipulate your emotions, who is now in control of your emotions? Not you.
Easily offended or easily manipulated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So fun
just
for me to mess with people.
yeah, but our mind is our greatest muscle, and if that's under attack, then yeah, whoever chooses to give their mind and their emotions and their heart over to another person who does not have their best interest at heart, I'm scared for you. And again, you can change, you can get out of it. You just gotta want to, and just believe.
And it's not only limited to politics. This goes for everything.
Life, baby,
Life.
life, Melly Yellow style.
Wait, what?
The Life of Pi.
I was watching some WWE earlier.
I can't believe it.
Dusty Rhodes, America.
Is he still around?
No, Dusty died.
Unfortunately.
Oh,
Died in 2015, but his name and everything his character stood for lives on.
Yeah, Charles devoted all of that.
I think I watched wrestling for like a year or two when I was 10.
Oh,
The storylines, the drama were pretty fun.
Don't say that. Charles knows that it's true.
No, he doesn't.
He's probably like, it's still real to me, damn it.
Wait a minute. You mean
one of the first things I figured out
no one said that, Charles. No one said that. No one said anything of the kind.
Yeah. One of the first things I figured out was it's impossible to throw somebody against, to force them to throw them into a ropes and have them come back at you at the same speed. You cannot throw somebody.
Wait, science?
I thought.
Yeah. Even when I was little, I'm like, it would fall down.
Yeah.
Or why does he just like trip over his own feet and not really keep running into the ropes like that?
That's what would happen. Yeah. I've thrown people before. They fall.
Yep.
So
they don't run in a straight line.
So you mean to tell me that the Birdman Coco Beware doesn't like birds?
Oh, jeez.
No.
You mean the boogeyman didn't eat worms?
Right. True story. And I was watching it. I was watching this on, I think it was like E. And they was talking to Jake the Snake about, he was just trying to get through, to become more healthier. And Diamond Dallas Page has this thing called DDP yoga, right? And, he's helped Scott Hall. He's helped a lot of other wrestlers reach their health peak. And with Jake the Snake, they were talking to him one time. He said, "Brother, I don't even like snakes." I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you just crushed my dream right there, because I saw you on TV every week, almost every day, even in person. You had a snake. How do you pull that off? That's the true. Now I'm put out there. That's the true definition of making great money but hating your job.
He may have sexually identified as a snake.
But no, I mean the reason why he liked the snake is because he could stash his coke in the snake bag and nobody would fuck with it.
No, he in real life he's scared of snakes. He doesn't like snakes.
Yeah, but I know. But he would put he would stash everybody's drugs back in the day inside the snake bag, and nobody would fuck with it because hey, it's a fucking snake.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me when he dumps the bag out, it's just all kinds of bills? And
no. Before he goes to the ring, everybody take their stash out. But but like if he was headed to the hotel or whatever.
Jack was there. Well, to protect the innocent, Jack was there.
No, that's because I know James Cornette, and he hooked me up with all sorts of people.
Whoa. You know James Cornette. You know the Midnight Express. You know beautiful Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane.
I don't know. I've never spoken to them, but through him, I was spoken to Jake.
So you know the Stinger? Ow! You know the Stinger?
No, I don't know him like that. I've just spoken to him.
I'm gonna ruin WWE for people. I was watching WWE at a really weird time. This was my favorite wrestler.
Oh, Papa Shango. Oh,
No.
Shango.
No. Boogeyman.
Oh my god.
He just
Oh my god.
This dude would randomly show up with worms in his mouth and feed them to people, like force feed it to people, and it was freaking amazing. So the Boogeyman shows up, and then I scroll down.
Oh my god!
No,
check it out, Boogeyman coming for Trump.
The worst wrestler, and that's like a knockoff Boogeyman, was Kamala.
Kamala.
Whoa! You know, you can't make fun of Kamala, man.
Not
because he's a double amputee now.
Oh no!
Well, I'm talking about before the amputee. I'm talking about when he was Kamala. He had that big moon on his stomach.
Man,
and he would just go. He would like like craziness.
You're a big boy.
And you talk, and they trying to interview Kamala. And he's like, I'm like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with him? and then Gene Oakland be like, okay, oh well, we heard it first from Kamala. Back to you, Vince.
My favorite thing to do is to watch, watch like the old Randy Savage interviews.
Oh yeah. Randy just had that uniqueness. Like you were just ready for the comp. It was like he said, "Oh yeah, I'll tell you something about Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm going through a little bit with Elizabeth, but I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, because that little edge, that that touched the nerve a little bit. Yeah, but I'm gonna be in the ring again. I can feel it. Can you dig it? Oh yeah!" And he'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah!
It's like the Cokes had the highs and lows. It's like when he's raising his voice, he's high. When that Coke crashes on him, it's just like, "Whoa, oh yeah, just a little bit, yeah."
No, that guy wasn't on Coke.
It wasn't no way. It can't be. And then even the Ultimate Warrior, we know he was on something. Yeah, what you think I do? And then he's rocking like that, and then he has the heroin strings tied around his legs and arms. Come on, man. We know what that is. You trying to find a vein. You ain't fooling nobody.
I was 10. That was my favorite wrestler.
The Ultimate Warrior was on one.
That was the steroids that was talking.
What? He couldn't hardly talk. He was like, rah, 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 rah. Like, oh my goodness.
You guys ever see his website, Ultimate Warrior, where he wrote? He had like a blog.
He's a motivational speaker.
It's crazy shit, man.
Yeah, he was actually a motivational speaker, though.
Yeah, he was.
The way I found that out, one of my friends went to his seminar, and of course, he went by his real name. He didn't go by Ultimate Warrior. So when he walked in, he was like, "Oh shoot, the Warrior!" And everybody kept screaming, "Warrior, Warrior, Warrior!" He's like, "Guys, come on, guys, we're here for the speech. And that's great. I know you love the Ultimate Warrior. He has been very good to me, and that's how he's talking to everybody. Like, come on, guys." You influenced a generation of people for like 2 years. For like 2 years. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, enough of my rant on wrestling.
Love wrestling rants.
Yeah. Oh, you heard about Nikolai Volkov though? He died.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that was sad. Was he really Russian?
No. No. He was.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to the next piece of the show notes, which I believe I'm going to pull it up here. We've got the Alex Jones takedown.
Now, what do you think of the situation? Because within a very short time period, he got taken down off of YouTube, Facebook, I'm trying which I think maybe Instagram was that one of the other ones?
I think Twitter as
Yeah.
well, wasn't he?
No, Twitter
Yeah.
held out. I don't think they're still on Twitter. Last I checked.
Well, I thought he got pulled from Twitter, and then they were like, "Oh wait, we made a mistake and put him back." That's what I've heard.
Maybe so. Strange enough, they also took out like a LinkedIn profile, which is weird.
That's very weird. So, what perpetrated this takedown? Because I don't know.
Claiming that it broke the terms of service because it was pushing hate speech and something about transphobia, but they didn't actually post what specific video they're talking about.
I mean, he probably has said things. He said Stranger Things, so.
He said a lot of weird ass things. But what exactly are they talking about that actually broke the guidelines and the considered effort on multiple parties that it broke everybody's what they posted at particular sites code of conduct? Because some of the places that wouldn't be able to post an actual full video. It seems more organized than he broke everybody's terms of service all at the same time.
Man, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, because LinkedIn is Microsoft.
Yeah.
So Microsoft, and you said who else? YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
So
Facebook,
Google. Facebook.
Facebook's just Facebook, which is
so
notorious for
The
this.
big three.
Twitter's not owned by anyone, is it?
No, it's owned by itself.
Twitter.
Twitter is just Twitter. I
Okay,
can go
so-
for apple fritter.
So Facebook released a detailed this is from PolitiFact. I don't know how this is gonna
They're biased.
Yeah, they're pretty biased.
Yeah. You tell him, Simone.
Yes.
All right.
You laugh.
I'm gonna go to
Get it out.
press statement.
She's expressing her opinion of Alex Jones.
How you feel about Alex Jones? I know. I feel the same way too. It's amazing, isn't it?
All right. All right. In short, why stuff was getting taken off of Facebook is Facebook said they recently removed 4 videos from Alex Jones's page as they violated their hate speech and bully policies.
Ooh, a
Bullying.
bully policy.
Yeah, not gonna do the bullying thing. Since then, they have been notified of more content from his pages that glorified violence and used quote dehumanizing language to describe people who are transgender, Muslim, and immigrants, which violates our hate speech policies. That is a very poorly constructed sentence, or at least excerpt of the sentence. After multiple strikes, Facebook shut down the pages and suspended the administrator. Fun. 4 videos were likely the same ones The Verge reported earned Alex Jones a strike on YouTube in July. 2 videos contain hate speech against Muslims, 1 contained hate speech against transgender people, and 1 entitled How to Prevent Liberalism showed an adult pushing a child to the ground. Dude, like, okay, like,
if it's the thing of pushing a child to the ground, thinking it is, the little brat did deserve it.
I'm sure, but that doesn't need to be posted on the fucking internet.
Is that the one where they were outside like a shelter or something, and there were 2 or 3 other kids, and the kid kept yelling vulgarity at this adult?
Probably.
And finally, the adult shoved him on the ground, and the kid just started crying. He was probably 12, 13 years old, maybe. I do remember seeing that. I bet that's what it is.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, the kid 100% deserved it if that's the one.
Yeah, like
The worst part about all of this is it's just gonna martyr him. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna
yeah.
prove to those that he's trying to reach of I'm right. They're trying to silence me. Rrrr.
I don't even know who really listens to him. I mean,
A
because
lot of people.
A lot.
I see a lot of InfoWars stickers around here. It's
Really?
fucking sad. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean-
but I mean, you're in Texas though, so I mean,
Well,
it's
no,
gotta-
I'm in a major metro area. That alone will do it.
I mean, considering the fact that he was based out of Austin at one time. I'm not sure if he still is, but
Oh, that doesn't mean much because Austin's pretty fucking special.
yes, I know how special. I know how special Austin is.
Austin's pretty fucking special.
They are.
Oh my god.
They're a bit on the touch side, but that's beside the point.
Okay, I know this is going to be insensitive to somebody, but so their city bus system is full of short buses.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But here's the thing that everybody keeps bringing up and it keeps getting ignored. What's going to happen when the pendulum swings the other way? Like
all hell's gonna break loose, man.
for example, today it's Alex Jones. What if the pendulum swings the other way and next thing you know it's the fucking Young Turks and it's David Pakman and whoever else?
What's fun about I'm actually kind of glad that you mentioned the Young Turks because I was reading up on a couple of the guys that have left the Young Turks because they were disagreeing with how things were going there, and they eventually went kind of more the opposite way and kind of went more libertarian.
They grew up and became the old Turks.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, just reading up on some of these guys, they're not confrontationists. They're just like, there's like, if you come at them, they'll be like, all right, cool, let's have a discussion. And then everyone else is like, no, we're not having a discussion my way. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. Forget who it was I was watching, but I'll have to find that eventually. But
yeah, I used to support the Young Turks until it, I just didn't like the way things were going.
I did. I was introduced to them in 2016. So 2 years ago, right after, because I was watching their coverage of the election for Trump, and it was just some of the funniest stuff that I've seen. Just all of them crying.
Yeah, because they were all fucking drunk and stoned.
No, they're just crying.
They were fucking drunk and stoned.
Probably
even
I'm sure.
by their own fucking admission. We took edibles that night.
Y'all have seen that video someone cut together? I think it's in the Hall of the Mountain King, or I can't remember the song that plays in the background, but it leads up to a bunch of people. Trump will never be president. Trump will never be president. Trump will never be president. I am confident that Trump will never be president. And then election night, and people become less and less ecstatic as the night goes by. And then that song, what is it? What's that tune they play it to? All the mountains.
Darkness, my old friend.
I mean, believe it or not, it was actually somewhat of a myth because the week of the election, that's when they started shifting, saying Hillary's fucking up and it's just not looking good.
Dude, that whole thing, like I called the Bernie thing. I called the Hillary was gonna lose because she's gonna F it up. I'm like, there's so much negative, and it was just based on like press stuff. It's like Trump was getting so much press from media. It didn't matter what station it was. It didn't matter what the political view was. Everyone was talking about Trump, and you're just stirring up everyone to be like, well, I don't like this, like what you say. I'm gonna go against you, and it's so dumb. I was like, who? It was not a surprise to me. Ugh.
Yeah, he pretty much sucked the oxygen out of the room.
Trump did what? We got to talk about this. What's Hillary doing? She's getting investigated by the FBI. No one's going to care about that.
If the Comey bomb didn't get them where they need to be, it'll be interesting tomorrow night, I think, when Hillary Clinton wins, that Donald Trump will have lost this election from the very first day he announced. If numbers bear out what we're seeing thus far, Hillary Clinton will win Florida. And the delicious irony in this is that Donald Trump will have been kept from the White House by a big, beautiful brown wall.
Well, I mean, that's CNN, and they were sucking his dick.
Indiana, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas. He has now taken the lead. Donald Trump has 128 electoral votes. Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio. He has 167 electoral votes compared to Hillary Clinton's 109. Idaho, North Carolina, Georgia, Iowa, Utah, Wisconsin, Arizona.
But we should really just take a moment here and look at this. Pollsters predicted that
this is 1812,
not just a victory, but that she was going to win an electoral landslide. Not only is that not happening, it is entirely possible that Donald Trump is truly redrawing the map the way that he said he was going to. It was Donald Trump versus almost all the experts. And as of right now, it looks like Donald Trump was right.
Donald Trump has defeated the president-elect of the United States. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated.
This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked. And I'm sorry that we did not win this election.
I love this country.
Oh God!
And all the people who hated Donald Trump and said they were going to leave the country, unfortunately, never did.
Oh, of course not.
Here's some advice for people who want to move to Canada. One of the requirements to move to Canada is you actually have to have a useful skill or trade.
Exactly.
If you want to move up there because Trump won, you don't have one of those. Shut the fuck up.
I was just about to say something like that. I was going to say, yeah, the reason they didn't move to Canada is because they don't have a job, but Darren said it better. That's why they're all rioting. They don't have a job.
I think you mean resisting.
No. It's rioting.
No. They like to call themselves the resistance. And I'm like, resistance against fucking what?
Rage against the machine, man. Rage against the machine.
Abolish ICE. I'm like, for what? I like my drinks cold.
Just like his women.
Here's a bit of dudism, man. It's not gonna. That's just like your opinion, man. Like I don't care, man. Doesn't even matter, man. It's like he's only gonna be there for maybe another 4 years, man. It's not gonna do anything, man. Even if it does, man, he's like, we still got weed.
You might, but I don't.
I don't either. I'm just being dudism right now. My dudism is showing. Actually, fun fact: the state that I live in is actually might be moving towards it. They're writing up the bill right now, so sweet.
We got medical marijuana here.
We have medical too here, but this is for recreation.
Okay, yeah.
which I called when Colorado got weed recreational. All my buddies were like, "Oh my gosh, we have to go to Colorado." I'm like, "Dude, wait like 10 years, it'll be here."
Yes, but it'll never be here. Fuck no.
They're in
You mean the #1 producer of it in the nation?
Yes, it'll never be here.
Why is that? I mean, why not? What do you think?
Is Kentucky the #1 producer of marijuana?
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Never heard of the Cornbread Mafia? And they're still fucking around.
They
The
got
Cornbread Mafia?
Who the fuck named that? We need a badass name for our mafia, for our weed thing. Cornbread Mafia.
Well, what do we eat every day? Cornbread and butter.
No, it's just
We're not going to be the butter mafia.
No, that's because whenever they would talk about moving stuff, they would say,
Cornbread.
would you mind bringing some cornbread over? Or, we need to move some cornbread to Arkansas, or so on and so forth.
Nice.
And since they were country as all get out, and I mean they're really nice people, but
Yeah. That they are.
Jack.
As long as you don't mess with the product.
Pretty much.
Love these conversations. Nice,
Yes.
nice little tangent.
The Cornbread Mafia coming to a town near you.
We went from Alex Jones to Cornbread Mafia. That's, I think, a record.
Way to go, Cappy. It's your fault.
What? When was it mine? It kind of, I don't know. Anyway, Count Dankula's appeal rejected, which is a link to a YouTube video, which we will now kind of discuss, which I did not watch.
It's kind of long.
Fine.
But no, he will not pay the fine. He actually said. So he said he put an appeal, but there are basically 2 steps in the process where it got rejected on both steps before he even got his hearing. So he has really no ability to appeal his sentencing at all. And he said, I'm not going to pay the fine. That basically what's going to happen is they're going to call me to court again saying, why haven't you paid? And they may knock it down to community services. I still won't do it because, it's near my principles. And then at that point, they'll probably jail me. Or they may just go to the first, say why you paid, and then jail him. But his lawyers are working on some stuff in the background to see if they can try and, work around it. But if you want to watch the video, you can. It's about 6 or 7 minutes. I don't know if you want to spend the whole time in the cast doing that.
For me and maybe anybody similar to me who doesn't have a clue, who's Count?
So Count Dankula was. So we covered this a few months back. So this is just a bit of an older story, in internet terms, anyway. This was the guy that trained his dog to
the Nazi pug.
Yeah, Nazi pup or whatever.
Caught up.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, if anyone listening doesn't remember what that was, guy trains dog. Was it? He said like Sig Heil or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
there's actually two things. He made it associate gas the Jews with going to the bathroom, and then Sig Heil. He actually made it goose step right his paw.
And this was to annoy his girlfriend.
Yeah, he said absolutely up front, this is because my girlfriend obsesses over this dog, and I want to, play a prank on her and fuck with her on that one, and just make it appear not so damn cute.
Yeah, I think he said something like the worst possible thing I could think of, or something to that effect. But it was pretty clear in his video. Currently, the guy had maybe 10 subscribers, maybe less. This thing went viral. I don't know how many he's got now, but
307,000.
307,000, yeah. So it's been good for his business.
I just put it in the side chat there. That's the original video that he did. If you really want to play it, you can. But
it's also linked in the show notes as well.
Is it? No, the very original video.
Oh, the original. My bad.
The one that got him in this whole situation.
I will put that in the show notes.
Just to clarify, so all the Alex Jones stuff, but then YouTube did not deem that this video as hate speech.
Well, I've heard it was taken down and put back up. I don't know, because that one is actually originally on there. That was by his channel.
Yeah.
So
this one is definitely not hate speech. I don't know how it could be. I think even the judge, well, I don't remember. Grossly offensive, I think, is what they said.
Okay.
Which is wild for us in the United States. That is a wild charge.
Yes.
being grossly offensive online. You know how many people would get locked up here?
All of
Not on
4chan.
this chat, but just
All of
in
4chan.
general.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
all
all
of
of
4chan.
4chan.
Dude,
Yeah.
all of 4chan, all of Tumblr, all of like half of Twitter,
Yeah.
Facebook, like just name like a social media platform where people can say shit on the internet. You can throw that anywhere. This guy doesn't. Oh my gosh.
We'd X out all the Russian bots. It's a win-win.
1984 bullshit going on right now.
Heck yeah.
No, not heck yeah. No. Fuck no. I don't want it. Me no want. Me no want.
You like 1983. Okay. The
Before
next.
shit happened.
Exactly.
There's a little bit of a Brave New World mixed in here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude.
I went ahead, I saw this while the show was going on, so I added into the show notes here. And essentially, I just wanted to read one paragraph. It's in regard to the FCC finally admits it wasn't a DOS attack. So about a year ago, if you remember what was going on, net neutrality.
Yep.
And they were trying to say that FCC was trying to say the website was down due to DOS attacks, blah, 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 and activist hackers, all this other crap. And so they finally, after a year, admitted after the investigations, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to read it verbatim. The Inspector General report tells us what we knew all along. The FCC's claim that it was a victim of a DOS attack, DDoS attack, during the net neutrality proceeding is bogus. What happened instead is obvious. Millions of Americans overwhelmed our online system because they wanted to tell us how important internet openness is to them and how distressed they were to see the FCC roll back their rights. It's unfortunate this agency's energy and resources needed to be spent debunking this implausible claim. Yeah. So, yep.
Bullshit. Love
Not a DDoS. It was a lot of pissed off people. Wasn't bots. A lot of pissed off people.
So that is kind of a DDoS attack.
Well, but it's legitimate.
Yes.
A legitimate DDoS,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yep. Going on to say you suck.
Yeah, I would.
And probably not as nice of terms as that.
Oh, for sure not.
Oh, for sure not. I remember right when that happened.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And then to end up the notes, and anybody on YouTube, always remember the notes are down under the video stream where it says Adrian Crenshaw. Underneath that says show notes, docs.google. That's show notes. You can follow along. And especially this next part, we're not going to dive deeply into this. At least I don't think we will. Just some of the couple things that I thought were definitely noteworthy for further reading and to check out. So cracking WPA, WPA2's on there. It's a article about a new method of cracking those open in regard to Hashcat and the guy who originally created Hashcat who came up with a new method. Second, yeah. Second, we have a Twitter botnet that's going around wreaking some havoc for people. Third, actually, this is kind of a big one. Linux kernel vulnerability. So patch your systems. And third is a HP printers vulnerability. So patch your systems.
Which we know you won't do and get hacked, and we'll talk about it on the stream. And we'll say we told you so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember.
Please don't patch. We need more content.
This week was real light because of the summer camp. we need stuff. Don't patch. No, do patch.
Patch.
Do you want to
Please
be like
patch.
Equifax? Do you want to be like Equifax? Because if you don't patch, you're gonna have like Equifax, and then we'll talk about you, and the whole internet will just be against you. And
I think more than the whole internet was upset at Equifax.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Very much.
anybody with a social security number is annoyed with Equifax.
Hey, I mean, there was some
Isn't
good
that
out of
wild?
it. I mean, now you can get free credit. You can get free credit freezes now, or shortly you can at least. I mean, that's a good thing.
Well, yeah. Some states you always could, and certain states where it was prohibited, that will be lifted here soon.
Yeah, that's gonna be free now, like around September, I think.
Yeah, like if you're in Ohio, you can completely freeze all your credit. What's it actually called? Credit
Freezes.
requests. Yeah, but it's a request for credit is what it actually is freezing, right? Yeah. If you're in Ohio, you can do that now, and there's multiple other states. So find out with your local state if you can now, and
Yeah.
if not, you'll be able to soon.
Yeah, like here in Texas, you can do it, but they have the option to charge you a $10 fee to do it. That's including temporary thaws too. So, like for example, when I applied for financing for part of my house here, I had to pay $10 the first time to freeze it, and then pay $10 like a few months later to temporary unfreeze it, so they could actually run a credit check on me. So yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, at least it means my credit can't get stolen now. So hooray.
Yeah, and I think it's the recommended way.
Yeah.
I've done it for a little while now, but yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, if you have to pay a little bit of a fee for peace of mind, it may be better to pay for that than LifeLock or whatever, unless you can get that for free.
Well, LifeLock doesn't work. Though.
LifeLock's
LifeLock just alerts you if something happens. If you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
credit freeze, they can't do it at all. Yeah.
Exactly.
Isn't it just? Isn't LifeLock also like a credit insurance? Or is like credit insurance too? Like they'll
they
notify
can be.
you. Like I remember that being an option. Like they would do credit monitoring for you, and then if anything happened, they would also insure you up to $1 million or something like that.
The problem is that doesn't really work because a lot of the times the credit agencies will just mark it as fraudulent, but they won't like do a whole lot for you.
Right.
So there's not much you can do if someone steals your identity other than to mark things as fraudulent, get police reports, and just kind of deal with the aftermath.
Right. I mean, my sister got taken like in the mid '90s. Somebody got an apartment in her name, got another cell phone from the same company that she already had a fucking account from, which made me pull my fucking hair out. And she ended up having to pay for that shit.
Now, you said your sister was taken. Is your dad's name Liam Neeson?
Huh?
No, you know how that goes with identity theft. Everybody gets took. It's all a matter of how much you get taken for.
Yeah.
Also, in regard to credit freezes, if anybody has kids, freeze their credit.
Yep.
Immediately.
Never check it until you're at least 18, if not older, and by then they may have had a long time to have fun with it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Maybe somewhere in the future we should talk about those options.
Yeah.
Links and whatnot.
Yeah. Stop the bad guy.
Yeah, I'll get some lists together for stuff because there's the 3 credit agencies plus there's a Novus, which is like a clearinghouse. So if you get on all 4 of those, then you're pretty well covered.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Nice. Save your credit.
So we're done with the show notes. What's everybody got going on this week?
I have potential job opportunity, which I have a call for next week for a security gig.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of security?
Red team pen testing.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Like entry level or?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Entry level security analyst position at a company that's local to me. So
nice,
sweet.
That are actually presenting at Black Hat. So that was cool.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Now you guys are thinking, what's in Minnesota? Where's Cappy working? Possibly working.
Black Hills isn't up there, is it?
That sounds vaguely familiar. Security?
I'm assuming it's not that familiar if didn't immediately come to mind. Like, oh no, that's not where I'm interviewing.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't try to deduce this on the show.
Yeah, let's not deduce where Cappy is going to be working. I just said that things are going well, but no, it is not this company.
I'm curious where Black Hills is at now. I mean,
Looks like
where are the Black Hills? Are they?
Black Hills are in Dakotas.
They own a ton of stuff.
Do they?
Security stuff. Yeah, look it up. Yeah, they bought I think they bought WebSense. They got a lot.
No, Raytheon had bought WebSense.
Oh, Raytheon, yeah. Black Hills as well owns a lot of stuff. You're right, that was Raytheon.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not finding South Dakota is Black Hills. Okay.
Yep, it was one of the Dakotas.
Yeah.
Because the actual park or Black Hills, yeah, it's a national park, is in South Dakota.
Okay, cool.
And it's beautiful. I just went there a couple years back.
Yeah.
Super fun.
So one thing we didn't do, Adrian, you didn't hit your con lineup, did you?
No, but that's not made for a bit, so I'm just the next not until September. So
okay,
GoCon in early September, then DerbyCon in early October.
Wild West Hackin' Fest is in the Dakotas, isn't it?
Yes.
Man, that is just. I love the DerbyCon, but Wild West Hackin' Fest is probably my favorite con name. I mean, it halfway rhymes. It's relevant. That's just. I imagine everybody going to the con with dual 6 shooters and a cowboy hat.
Oh, you'd have to, right? Cowboy hat, the whole
deal.
Throw the spurs on, while you're driving up in a Toyota.
No. You're riding up.
Oh no! Driving up in a Ford Bronco. There you go.
There you go.
I want to dress up for, and I haven't ever dressed up for DerbyCon.
I mean,
wait. Are we talking like a suit or furry? I mean, there's a lot of dress up that could occur.
Yeah, I don't know. People seem to have some interesting costume ideas for DerbyCon.
Well, Dave dressed up as Trevor last DerbyCon.
No.
Right? Oh. Last DerbyCon was Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor happened, and then Dave dressed up as Trevor for Halloween, and I think he presented at some con before Halloween as Trevor.
Yeah, I remember that circulating like a month later. Like he had a whole posse with him. Like someone was dressed up as the Shake. He was dressed up as Trevor.
Oh yeah, that sort of got a little cringy for me for a while.
I love
people are making stickers and shit. And
I got some Trevor stickers.
Enough of this. For a little while.
I love that kind of stuff. But that's what our community should be, man. That's just fun.
Yeah. Fun. A lot of people had hate about it.
Not this, yeah.
About that being a local business and, ruining the lives of the people that own it. Just a bunch of nonsense.
Well, okay. You've ruined the lives of people that own it. There's a fucking cockroach in a Shake.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah,
there's that. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. No. I mean,
the person
will go after you for.
Yeah, the troll account that doesn't do anything but complain. I'm pretty sure they just have a hate on for Dave or myself.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was wild after the first or last year's DerbyCon. Just the stuff that came out of it. Hey, we got a new cock though.
There you go.
You got a new cock.
See, nice little
new
Trevor.
Cock.
Trevor in a milkshake.
Nice.
Pretty. Compliments of a good friend.
Funny. Yeah, I saw the little what is it called? Memorial built to him.
Yeah,
I was cracking
That was
up
awesome.
over that shit.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was definitely fun.
But what pissed me off was I had fucking ate there earlier that day, so I was pissed.
Mm.
But I was glad I didn't order a milkshake.
I've never been to one.
To a Five Guys?
What's that?
No,
No,
it
it was
wasn't
Smash
Five
Burger.
Guys. Smash
Oh,
Burger.
it's a smash burger.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
it was just
Oh,
right. It was just right across the street. So I was like, "Fuck it, let me just."
Yeah, I've been to one. It's It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's like eh. Oh,
We had,
I like the
uh,
Five Guys
To
more.
which Smash Burger or Five Guys?
Smash Burger.
Oh, Five
not-
Guys is awesome.
Smash Burger's not bad.
It's not bad. It's better than McDonald's, but it's like if you got
Yeah.
Five Guys there, I'll go to Five Guys.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Five
but the
Guys.
close-
It just
but-
sucks that they put MSG in it. Like,
Meh.
Yeah, but the closest Five Guys was in New Albany. So
Yeah, that's not happening.
Dude, they're all over up here. I got one by my house, by my old job, everywhere that I would want to go. In fact, we had two by my old job.
I've had one in each city that I've lived in. In the past 3 years.
yeah,
Have-
three.
Have any of y'all been to In-N-Out?
No, we don't have them.
Or
In and out
Well, yeah,
and what a
You're
burger.
not that far east. Yeah, they have them out here. What's about as far east as they go?
yeah, but I mean, I used to love that shit back in the day. But
Oh, yeah.
you know. But
I mean, it's good because it's so cheap. I mean, that's really it.
what about Whataburger?
Oh no.
Yeah.
yeah, you
We
should
did
have a
one
Whataburger.
Yeah. They got them in, what is it? Which is one is in Texas and which one's in California?
Whataburger is primarily in Texas, but they have them across the
Yep.
country. And In-N-Out is primarily in California, but they're mostly on the West Coast. They do have not here actually. We actually have one about 5 miles down the road from us.
Yeah, I've been to both, and I just wanted to make my criticism valid to the place I was going to. So in Whataburger, you can order the fries, medium well, done, whatever.
No, you do that In-N-Out.
That's in and out.
Yeah, you can have them like practically raw.
Huh.
Yeah. No,
okay,
because
maybe I'm fucking up my locations. I've traveled a bit.
In-N-Out
Okay,
has a very small menu, but it's like huge on customization.
Yeah. Okay, that's the place I'm talking about. You can get your shit animal style, right?
Yeah, that's In-N-Out. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Horrible fries. The only way it made it good was animal style.
Try them next time you try In-N-Out. Try them extra crispy. They're basically like
I've
frying a little
heard.
longer. They're actually really good that way.
I've heard that's the case.
Yeah.
Man, you shouldn't have to order your fries special to not be shit.
I don't know. Every place does them differently. That's why. So.
Yeah, I suppose. Not shit would be nice.
Is rallies nationwide? Like rallies and checkers?
They used to, but they've shrunk a lot over the last 2 years, as far as I've heard.
Okay. They used to have a Frank's Red Hot dipped chicken sandwich.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, that thing was the best chicken sandwich I had. I mean, literally, they took breaded chicken sandwich after they cooked it and dipped it. It wasn't
amazing.
like some hot sauce on there. It was dipped.
Dude.
Man, and it was like $2 or something, or you could get 2 for $4 or something like that. Man, I would go there probably once a week while they did it for like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months straight. I swear I was there once a week to get it. Oh,
Actually,
That's awesome.
My first legit job, as far as filling out tax forms and shit, was actually at a rallies. The first rallies that was in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
really?
Yeah, that was the prototype there in Jeffersonville.
Nice.
So you remember the rallies guy?
I remember
the rallies guy?
That was after I stopped working there, but yeah.
Yeah. That's about yeah. I'm trying to remember. I have to look him up now because he was a pretty kooky fellow.
Cha-ching.
Yep, cha-ching. That's right. That's what stands out to me from that restaurant.
I haven't seen any rallies advertising in a long time. then again, I got YouTube Red, and I pirate other stuff. I just don't. I dodge pretty much all commercials.
Well, so they shrunk a lot because I think they got too much competition, so they shrunk down.
Yeah.
So they're nowhere near as popular as they used to be.
And you know, like with Five Guys, used to Five Guys wasn't in the North like any. Like
No.
10 years ago, we'd go to like Duck, North Carolina or South Carolina, whichever one it is. And there was Five Guys down there. And anybody who went down there, at least from Ohio, would always come back and be like, oh, I ate at Five Guys. And now Five Guys is freaking everywhere. And
we have one in the Netherlands. There's one in the Netherlands.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
For real?
Yeah. It was so I was in Arnhem, and I believe it was in Eindhoven.
Yeah.
It's Eindhoven or Nijmegen. But yeah, I actually was.
Greta, show me your ankles. Eindhoven.
Anyway, yeah, there was one there, and I didn't get a chance to go up there. And the other attraction that was also in Eindhoven was Taco Bell. No, that was in Nijmegen. Was that in Nijmegen? No.
Yeah,
that was in
yeah. Wait a minute. Last time I was there, it was in Nijmegen.
Yeah. So like my butt.
Thank you for pronouncing it correctly, Jack. We appreciate your English, your American accent.
What?
Nijmegen.
Wunderbar. Nijmegen.
Nobody talks about Hardee's though, right? I mean, that's a place.
I like
Okay,
Hardee's.
well, Hardee's got bought by Carl's Jr. Several years ago. So if you have Carl's Jr. and you have Hardee's, they're the same thing now.
Yeah, like
because they have Hardee's like up around Cleveland, right?
Yeah, they're on the East Coast.
We have one.
Yeah, they don't exist in Central Ohio.
Really? Because we've got them all over.
Yeah, I think like the closest one is up in like Mansfield or something like that. Because I moved to Ohio, and all of a sudden, because there was one in my hometown in Indiana, like growing up. Then I moved to Columbus, and I was like, nope, no Hardee's.
And you probably sit there like, oh man, I could really go for a Hardee's burger.
Yeah.
I mean, Swiss burgers are the bomb.
Yeah, because whenever all the health food stuff started kicking in, like heavily about 6-8 years ago, they came out with this burger that was like 2 or 3 patties, like 5 or 6 pieces of bacon. I mean, it was like, it was like 2,000 calories. And
wasn't it the one that
everyone else?
Wasn't that the one where Kate Upton or whatever was like this, not the spokesperson. But there was like this really good commercial. It was this really like perverted about that.
Yeah,
because it was a monster burger.
Yeah,
they got a lot of shit for that too. Of course they did.
Oh my gosh, that was some of the best shit.
Now, Cappy, you're from Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You got Culver's up there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Culver's
ice cream.
Culver's. I lived in Wisconsin for a year and a half. Oh yeah.
Culver's is pretty nice. It's expensive for what you're getting,
but it's good.
It's pretty damn good.
I mean, I've only had like frozen custard a few places it's better than Culver's, but for like chain frozen custard, it's pretty fucking good.
Their burgers are also very good. They're there's not a lot of meat to them, but they're still pretty damn good.
They're cooked well, they're seasoned well, and they're made up well.
So when you guys all come up to BurrCon, I'll take you all to Culver's.
Yeah. I got Culver's out here actually. There's like 2 of them in DFW.
All right, they're all going to Texas instead of me now.
There's a fast food joint that serves a burger that for me is better than Five Guys, but it's local and they haven't like expanded anywhere. It's called Swenson's.
Oh, they're getting ready to open one in Columbus here.
Oh, dude, you gotta go get it. They do something with the burger, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like Jamie and Mick are talking about it all the time, and I'm so looking forward to it.
It's amazing. So it's like a drive-up restaurant. They run out,
take
your order, run back in and shit. They got fantastic burgers, pretty good fries, and milkshakes are amazing.
Nice.
Speaking of another drive-up or drive-in restaurant, do you guys have Sonics?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but they shut down the one that was in my area, and yeah, so now it's
Like I know of 2, I think, that are in Minnesota because they don't stay open for three quarters of the year because our winters are so bad. So I'm like, why would we have these?
Oh, I think our winters get pretty bad, but I think our Sonics are open year round, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you I'm just gonna say, how's -40 sound of the actual temperature? Not
That
including
sounds
wind
like screw that, and I'm leaving.
That's how bad they get.
We're up by the lake, so we're usually about 10 degrees cooler than Columbus, something like that. In general, 40 sounds bad, dude.
Yeah, -40 is like, Eskimos refuse to live there.
It's true, actually. We don't.
They don't have Eskimos.
Nope. See? We don't. We have Somali, but that's because we have a refugee thing here, which is fine.
Oh yeah, you guys do, right? By your stadium.
Yes, by US Bank Stadium, there is a large Somalian refugee population. There's also a large Hmong population in the main metropolitan area known as the Twin Cities, which is Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Yeah, it was in the news not too long ago.
The Hmong
during the Super Bowl, the Somali community.
Yeah.
Because of the Super Bowl, and they were afraid of
Philly.
taxing us.
Oh god, dude! When I left to go to Europe right before the Super Bowl was taking place, and
you're a horrible person.
Fine, whatever. I don't care about football. But my okay, I don't care about football. My team's the Vikings. Okay.
Well, that's true. I mean, there's no point.
There's no point.
Hey, you guys bite your tongues. I'm a Browns fan.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's
Wait.
less point.
that fucking laugh.
I know. Fuck you guys. Hey, but this year's our year,
dude. Wait, what's your team?
The Browns.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Cleveland Browns.
I thought you said
they have the top pick every freaking year, and they still can't ever do anything.
And not the top pick, not the top, but this year we did. Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
That's a name that I have not heard.
I mean,
he won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, I definitely know the name, but I just don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys get Manziel too?
Yeah. That was a winning move.
How did that work out?
Yeah.
Cut.
He's playing in Canada now.
Man, he went straight off the deep end.
Yeah, he did.
Dude,
but
he
was a known commodity.
Dude, he got so much freaking money from that, though. What did they pay him, like 10 mil or some shit like that?
I don't know what his probably more than 10
was
mil.
Way more than that.
Joey Manziel, Browns signing amount.
27 mil, I'm gonna guess.
4.3 million signing bonus.
Yeah,
all right,
bonus,
so that's guaranteed.
Yeah,
and he played for us for
what, 2 seasons? Yeah,
2 seasons. Yeah.
So Manziel will earn 8.24. This is back in 2014. Manziel will earn 8.247 million during the course of his 4-year deal with a 4.32 million signing bonus, and the club holds an option for a year number 5.
Yeah, they did.
Dude just took the money and ran.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he got cut.
Yeah, he was down in Columbus fucking around.
Oh yeah, he had
Yeah.
that handle.
Maybe a year and a half ago.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Quality.
Stupid kid.
Quality person. I mean,
Oh,
how
yeah.
could you have known, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
There were
Did he
no
Everybody
signs.
knew
Did
the
in
guy was.
college?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Everybody knew he was a problem. He had character issues right off the bat.
Yeah.
Browns go, why not? Let's make him our number one. Because he texted one of them.
Hey, here's a sap that will give me a shit ton of money.
Hashtag millennials.
Hey.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm technically Gen Z, but
You're technically how are you technically Gen Z? Oh, Gen Z.
Gen
Never
Z.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, because the cutoff for millennials, it depends on who you ask, but it's usually either 95 or 96. I usually go towards 95 so that I'm not in there.
Nice.
And everyone wonders why I do so well. It's because I don't do the same shit you guys are doing.
What, you go out and you think that you should earn something and it shouldn't just be given to you?
Yeah.
Did you not get enough participation trophies whenever you were growing up?
No, I did, and I.
Oh damn! I would have not
quit
said
sports.
nothing.
Okay, so here's the bullshit about because I grew up with I grew up with this. Here's the stupid thing about those participation trophies. You as a kid know that someone was better than you, and it's just rubbing it in your face when you get that stupid participation trophy. Now,
Yes.
what I started doing was if I got a participation trophy, I threw it away when I got older.
Yeah.
Like unless it had some personal milestone on it. Like I used to and I need to get back into this. I used to do high school league bowling, and I also did personal league bowling. And what they would give us for participation was they'd give you the thing saying they'd give you a medal that had your highest average on it. I kept those because then it would show progression of how I improved over the years.
Yeah, that actually shows progress.
Yeah, and then the bowling alley decided to give out these participation trophies to each of the teams. I never got one of those because at that point I earned the top spot. My team and also myself earned the highest average in the league.
Nice.
And won the league.
See, that's how you do it.
And yeah, and like that whole, and I played every sport except hockey, which is ironic since I live in the state of hockey. And soccer. I didn't play soccer either. Because that was not a thing here when I was growing up.
So if you guys, sorry,
no,
I thought you were clearing in. If you look inside the chat, that is a quote from James Harrison, a linebacker. I don't know who he plays for now, the Steelers maybe.
I remember this.
But his son got a participation award, and he said, "Fuck no to that."
Yeah,
like no,
that's kind of cool. I hate James Harrison. He used to headhunt Brady Quinn, but that's a cool quote.
You know, and if you think about it, everybody who plays video games, how popular would a video game be if everybody was rewarded exactly the same for doing anything and everything that they do?
Oh,
they are.
You mean like
real achievements, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying,
well, no.
Everybody, if I get killed 50 times, I'm on the exact same level of somebody who has just killed me 50 times.
Oh, you mean like the game of Halo I played last night where I went 23-6 and my teammates went super fucking negative and I wound up carrying their asses to the fucking win.
Yeah, I would say it sounds like a multiplayer game,
but that was
carrying a fucking stupid team.
Yeah, but if your team won, yet the other team, even though you carried your team, at least that was still a team. Whereas the other team, they lost. If you guys got the exact same, if there's some type of, you get extra guns or ammo or grenades or whatever it is
Experience,
you get. You know,
experience, whatever.
that both the winner and the losing team both equally got that.
No, when I played Halo, we went ranked matches only for just the reason you're talking about. It'd be nice to go into some unranked stuff because we get a lot of noobs.
Yeah.
We would jump on them with the noob combo. Remember that?
No. Nowadays, the
Shotgun
social side of Halo is a whole lot sweatier than the rank side.
It's wait, what?
The social side of Halo is now more sweatier than the rank side.
For real?
Yeah,
That's
for real.
interesting.
Well, essentially what I was getting at was that I don't think that a video game would do well for just participation, because that's all that would be. You know, that as people go up levels due to getting better and having more kills, or, you know, Grand Theft Auto running over more hookers or something, I don't know. But
it doesn't work in career world, right?
Yeah.
You can't be in somebody just barely scraping by and get bonuses and shit like that.
Unless you work for the
promotions.
Government. But we're not
maybe.
we're not saying anything about them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work anywhere, but
no,
with kids, and kids don't like participation trophies.
No.
My son doesn't. He plays soccer, and he plays baseball, and for him, getting a trophy, he knows when they win and lose. They all keep track.
Yeah.
And at the end of the season, so he and his soccer buddies, they went to the tournament last year. They ended up losing to the number 1 team. They came in number 2, and he got a trophy. And he's like, why do I get a trophy? He was surprised. Well, I mean, it's second place, but
yeah, I could still see trophies though. I mean, if you're first, second, or third, I get that.
Yeah,
like if you're in like top dog, yeah, or like one of the top dogs,
yeah,
definitely. Like, be proud of that. You made it. You were. I don't know. Like the other thing too.
I mean, you're still going to be annoyed though. You didn't get first, and you'll look at second like, duh. But
the trophy didn't say second place. It was just the trophy, you know.
Oh,
really?
See, I would have thrown that across the room and went and shot something.
Yep. It's only so we put it on our memory box, which is just like a little thing for the kids. Like we keep things that they did or something relevant. We don't. It's not up in his room.
Yeah.
You know, bringing it back to security, I did cybersecurity, or sorry, CCDC, a couple years back. I think 2016.
So you were like 12.
Shut up. I was 20. Wait. Yeah, I was 20. No. What year was that?
It's okay. CCDC.
Yeah, CCDC.
We all know you're old.
I'm not. Anyway, we got these. They never told us what our place was for sure. We were told we were either 4th or 5th, which is great. Like, thanks for telling us. Out of like 12 teams or something in 2 different locations, for the regionals. And then we get these like slips of paper that kind of look like a diploma saying CCDC participant award, and I'm like, So me showing up and scrounging away for 8 hours gets me a participate. I was like, no, like they're doing this shit even in colleges. It's like college stuff. Like, no.
That's weird. You're dealing with adults.
Yeah, we didn't win. We didn't get hacked. That was the fun. That was the cool thing about that, because the years before I started doing it, the year before we actually had an instant. The team that I was a part of, they had an instance where they were watching the firewall, and at one point the hackers, or the red team, saw them looking at them on the firewall, and our team was also watching them look at us on the firewall. And
Nice.
it was just like this weird, like, I was like, what? How did that work? So
Now-
that was Red Team's highlight was that from
Yeah,
that year.
is that the one where you are both red and blue team, or is
No,
that purely red versus blue?
So CCDC is set up in a way that you have a red team of professionals that you have to defend certain systems against. And you are given a layout of that prior to CCDC, prior to the event, so that you can quote unquote practice. However, I will hold my opinions on them getting crap to us because that is just a whole nother story. But then for 8 hours, you are sitting in a room, SSH'd or we are VNC'd into a lot of them.
Yeah.
You're VNC'd in through like this Java applet thing. It's some old system.
So is it capture the flag?
Yeah, for Red Team, it's a capture the flag, or for Red Team, it's a for Red Team, it's a do your worst. So like people have been neon catted, where their entire screen just turns into a neon cat. That was, dude, that happened at the finals, and I was like, oh damn. And like you're having, and for Blue Team, you have to manage pop 3, you have to manage FTP, you have to figure out and manage FTP, which was my job, and my job was just to turn it off.
Heck yeah.
Nothing was using it, so we
Who
just
the hell uses pop 3 anymore?
It's well, I mean, it's to mimic an actual like a small business kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can see a lot of small business, like they had pop 3, they had IMAP, they had just everything. They had a web server, they had a MySQL database, they had buying DNS that was running on an Ubuntu 8 box.
Nice.
So a lot of it was just like our security plan going into it was just a lot of it was patch. Like just sitting there patching and patching and patching and making sure that our services were still up while we were patching and stuff like that.
Now, were you guys allowed to modify ACLs on the firewall?
Yes, and we also had a guy that was we've moved since to having someone dedicated to firewall if they want to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a priority for us. Most of it is just patching the internal systems because they are so out of date. I mean, we get like a state of the art, or we get like a Palo Alto firewall that
really?
Everything goes to, yeah, like it's either a simulator or we just get, or it's like a simulated Palo Alto firewall.
Yeah.
And then you can make all your rule sets and stuff like that. And we have our own like team rule sets saved on our repo somewhere that one of the guys made.
Yeah, so not only can you do port based, you can do application based too.
Yeah, so we were doing a lot of that. We were doing application based. We were doing application based. We were doing port based. But a core component of the scoring and how you win CCDC is what are called injects or business injects. You get a email from a supposed business official that needs something to be done, and then you have to do a write-up. You have to send it back within a specific time frame. However, they changed it up the year I did it, and they started letting Red Team do phishing attacks against us. So there's this great story that I have.
Sometimes it's too hard.
Huh? Okay. That was weird.
No, he meant sometimes it's too hard to just attack against the firewall and the open stuff, and it's a lot easier to fish.
Yeah. And that was at the very end of the day. So that was one of the things that they did. So they asked just to, like, out of nowhere to see, like, okay, like, they wrote up this email saying, oh, the CEO is on vacation and he needs RDP into this box to monitor something or something like that. And I'm like, I looked at that, and the guy running the firewall, who is the group's or like our group's president at the time, he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this." I'm like, "Wait, what? What? No, what are you thinking?" It's like I get you're tired, but man, dude, like, have a do.
Speaking of those type CEO fraud and shit like that, like 90% of them contain the word kindly. Will you kindly do this for me?
Yeah, it was one of those.
We taught our people that's a red flag. Anytime someone uses kindly in an email, they're not from the US.
Yeah,
They're Indian.
it's Indian.
Yeah. But what was funny was he was like, no, we're gonna do it. I don't want to screw up an inject or anything like that. I'm gonna just do it and we'll say it's good, but I'm gonna watch it. So I'm like, all right, dude, you're Prez, you call it. Like, it's gonna be your fuck up. But all right, let's go. So we sit there watching this box, and within a minute of sending the email, someone connected to it, and a terminal popped up, and he was like, "Nope," just blocked him, killed the connection, just like
Nice.
immediately. And we found out like right after the comp ended. The head of red team, or the guy that was the manager of the red team, walked straight up to us and was like, that was amazing, and I am more mad at my guys for not having that scripted out and ready to go. Like, because you gave them access and they totally fucked up. And I was like,
because it just take a second. That terminal shouldn't stay up.
Yeah, no.
Just be blind. Yeah. You want to make that hidden.
It opened it up right in front of our faces, and we were like, nope, boom, done.
Yeah, they fucked up that one.
And it's like, kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with the firewall. Completely blocked that IP and blocked it, like turned the RDP off. Nope. Which I think lost us a few places. Because
yeah, you completely gave them an open door to come in.
Hey, it wasn't me, man. Like I said, it wasn't me. And
hey, you are the team. The team is you.
No,
there you go.
Not
right
on.
on.
That colossal.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't you have like a VPN connection, something?
That's what
RDP needs to be tunneled through VPN.
Yeah.
But what they wanted us to say was, and this is what they added, what they wanted us to say was, you're supposed to reject some of these things and reject them in a mindset of either this is fake, or you cordially decline, or you verify with what was it, gray team, which is supposed to be like administration, which they don't say shit. That's a closed communication. It's just a false communication channel.
So what happens if you deny a legitimate request? Do you know?
You lose points heavily. Like some of them are worth 1,000 points.
Yeah. So if you just like shut the firewall down,
you're fucked.
Huh? Hey, most secure system there is. Can't touch the outside world.
Yeah. There is actually an issue with how the scoring server worked. So they have a scoring server that will ping your services.
Yeah.
To see if they're up. And
you guys blocked the scoring server?
No. What people figured out is they found the IP to the scoring server, blocked everything out except the scoring server. Which, I mean, that works. If you only have one customer that has to access it, that's a valid business model to have, but
yeah,
it wasn't what CCDC wanted.
From a design consideration, they would need to probably have 2 gateways then on for everyone, and then have the attack and defend gateway, and then their administrative gateway.
Mm-hmm. That actually might be a good idea to have multiple gateways next year. And then I heard about this year's. I wasn't at this year's because I was in Europe. But I heard of like they got really hacked, and I'm like, huh? How'd you guys manage that? It's like, well, we were doing this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, that's like 101. Don't do, guys.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's teachable moments.
It was a teachable moment.
Yeah. Yeah, we did tabletop exercises with my company, and it would essentially be like you had it set up. There was a defender team and a red team, and generally it was me against 3 of our analysts.
Yeah.
So we set up an internal attack infrastructure, and they were supposed to defend. And it was sort of similar to what you're talking about. Again, if you can't get past that firewall, if it's set up in a way, it becomes problematic. So social engineering is a side ways to go.
Oh, yeah.
But generally, you can fuse them with an attack like this RDP request. If you can, if they had another way in, that RDP request could have been an interesting distraction. Well, you guys are trying to fade that off, work on another method, or you're already working on another method.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys did good, though. I mean, outside of falling for the fraud, but
it wasn't. Yeah, I don't. We gave shit. Shit was given. Enough shit was given to the guy who decided to do that. But he's a good.
That's cool.
And it was right at the end of the day, and we'd all been up since we'd been driving since 5 a.m. to get up to where we needed to be. So all of us were real tired. Another place that I actually was shown by one of my professors was in terms of tabletop exercises, IBM's X-Force lab. I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, they have an X-Force lab.
Yeah, X-Force Command Center. It's exactly what a tabletop exercise would be, except IBM gives you you do the full thing. It's not just technical personnel, it's also the managers get in on it, the PR gets in on it. You have to do simulated TV casts in terms of when a breach occurs, and you have to go. Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
They're doing a documentary on it.
Did they call Alex? Call Alex Hammerstone?
I have no idea. Alex Jones is on the other side.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
Poor Alex. I won't say which one.
But I can't remember who's doing the document. I think it's Nat Geo's doing a documentary on it, which is super cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Do you know when that's coming out, or any idea?
I would look actually. Nat Geo.
Wild.
Oh, I could have Googled that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Documentary.
Cappy's Google Foo is on par tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not even touching my. Yeah, I'm not even touching my keyboard.
My pinky's still sort of paralyzed, even after the surgery. Yeah. I think I'm getting feeling back in it, but I mean, I can move it. It's not paralyzed. I can still bend it and shit like that. But when I'm typing on a keyboard, it doesn't always want to go to the A or Q or Z. So I've been doing a lot of ring finger typing on that side. Yeah.
The Quaz.
Are you right-handed?
Left-handed.
Oh, you are.
It's in my left hand.
Yeah, that makes.
But I only write with my left hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only write left-handed. Everything else I do right-handed, so it's not been as bad.
At least for the most part, you're right.
Yeah. I just need to get that goddamn nerve right, because apparently the nerves die. I don't want a paralyzed flop of the finger.
They can regenerate though.
Yep. Yeah, he said 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I do the physical, the rehabilitation exercises and shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully, knock on wood, it'll come back.
There you go.
And all the while, I can't really do jujitsu, which is a problem.
Yeah.
All right. He sent it to my.
Ricky, you gained 30 pounds in the last month, haven't you?
Nope.
Dude, I lost 30 pounds.
It still work out.
Come on, Google Foo.
No. I gotta. I'm finding it. My professor sent it to me. V. There we go.
I remove your participation award for Google Foo.
That's fine. I'm not actually Google Fooling. Here we go. Security intelligence as seen on TV, important lessons in winning the fight against cybercrime. Boom. It is being done. Science Channel. 5 p.m. on Thursday, July 19th. So there you go. It's called Dark Web Fighting Cybercrime.
So it already happened.
Is that 2018?
Yeah.
On demand. Yeah.
It should be on demand. I will see if I can find Dark Web Fighting Cybercrime. If it's a link, we can watch the trailer, watch the video. No.
Maybe.
Hang on. Dark Web Fighting Cybercrime. Dark Web.
That could be,
it'd be cool if they made it available on YouTube.
Yeah, because it could be copyright infringement and all that stuff for Adrian.
What was this?
What, just the clip?
Not the clip.
No.
You don't think the clip would be? Okay.
No, because there was commentary around it. I mean,
yeah, like
should be a problem.
It wouldn't be no. Dark Web. Oh, there's just inside the dark
fair
web.
use, right, Adrian?
Fun. Fair. I think fair use covers this. Freaking BattleBots is still a thing. Jeez.
Wait, what?
Yeah, BattleBots on.
Is it?
Yep.
That
was on Spike. What happened to Spike?
They changed the name.
It looks like the link is I'm getting like an exclamation mark in the circle. Looks like it's already been taken down. So.
Oh yeah, it's been taken down.
Yeah, Spike changed the name a couple years ago, I think.
No, Spike's still around.
Is it?
It's G4 you're thinking of. Yeah, Spike TV is still around. Oh wait, no, it's not.
Paramount Network.
Dude, your Google skills, man.
What? I'm just Googling.
It's called Paramount Network now.
Yeah. That happened this year.
Oh,
so that's news to me.
ABC Family got renamed something else too.
To ABC Not Family, because have you seen the shows that were on there?
Freeform.
Oh, that's
Freeform. Oh, dude, that Freeform channel is awful. If you hate SJW stuff,
yeah.
If you're not a fan of SJW stuff, that channel will kill you. It will poison you.
There are just some channels that are just, ugh, like why?
Yeah.
It's like, we have to hit every demographic. No, you don't. Make good shit.
Okay.
That's what Netflix does. Although Netflix does hit every demographic.
Together, the bold type, Cloak and Dagger, Young and Hungry, Baby
Charles
Daddy.
beatboxing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was, and then I kept going.
He just wanted to let everybody know he was awake.
No, I'm awake. Trust me, my daughter's still awake. She had a little. She had to use the bathroom.
That's how Charles wakes. That's how Charles wakes up in the morning. He goes.
Yep. I go. Skip. Oh wow. Yeah.
He was hanging out in the corners with Biggie Smalls.
No, I actually wake up. I kid you not. My wake up song, and y'all probably gonna.
You told us this already.
Yeah. Oh well, you already know that. Yeah. So yeah. So y'all know how my wake up song. But yeah, that's how I wake up, and I rock out.
Nah, if
Mine's
you guys
saw by Lion King.
Nah, Charles wakes up to Celine Dion.
Hey, now
you're close. It ain't that far away.
Selena Gomez, maybe. Some Amy Winehouse, maybe. Lady Gaga, Just Another Day.
Yeah, I like Adele and who's the teenager from? Well, she was a teenager from like New Zealand. That's not Adele, is it?
Oh.
I like Demi Lovato.
Oh, what's her name?
Yeah. They've got great voices, Adele and this other woman I'm talking about.
Isn't she like an older woman? Wasn't she on like American Idol or something like that?
You know, Sia?
Sia.
Yes, Sia is oh my goodness. Elastic Heart? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Except the video, but yeah.
The video was kind of strange. But,
yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen creepy.
Two people in the cage looking like they're naked.
And the one dude went crazy.
Yeah, he did.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
LaBeouf, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Yeah. But, no, it was crazy because it was like, she's like, so why can I not conquer love? I was like, whoo. I was like, what's going on, Sia? Tell us all about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, she's got an amazing voice too. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she does. Go ahead.
One from New Zealand. You were talking about Lord.
Lord, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
I am Lord.
No.
South Park.
I like Charlie. Charlie XCX. She made that song. Boom, clap.
That was a short song.
Didn't she work with that white Australian who somehow speaks?
That's racist.
Yeah,
black,
Charlie XCS. Yeah,
black speak. I don't know what else to call it. She speaks hood.
It's
white chick from Australia.
Yeah, because because it's like boom, clap, sound of my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Clap.
Yeah, the song's
that
called
song.
Boom Clap.
Yeah, I like her name is Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's got some good info. I'll say info. She's got some good songs. So I listen to that too. It's not too many people I don't vibe out to. It just depends on the mood because I like all kinds of music, whether it's jazz, classical. I mean, it doesn't even matter because sometimes I think you just need that mixture of everything. Like you can't just be like, for example, if I listen to hip hop 24 hours a day, I go crazy. I can't do it. Like I just can't because it's just
you're weak.
It's not, yeah. No, I'm not weak.
I'm the same as you. I'm fairly eclectic. I stayed away from country forever. Like country was the one thing I didn't listen to. And I worked with a guy from North Carolina. We were driving a lot together. And what do you know? Country became part of my repertoire.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I still don't do country.
I'm on a weird spot with country. I can't do the pop country. That shit can go die in a hole for me.
Now I like Jake Owen.
Yeah.
Barefoot Blue Jean Nights.
Yeah, pop country throws me off. Red Solo Cup was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Red Solo Cup. That's just a college song. Nah.
But
you guys aren't gonna know any of the bands if I. Well, no. You guys would probably be like, "What the hell is Cappy listening to? What is that racket?" Like, I think I've woken up with Kill Switch Engaged, both Bullet for My Valentine.
I like Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They got like this one song. What is it? No, it has this amazing intro.
Yeah, that's 4 words. 4 words to choke upon.
Is it?
Yes.
Now,
I can play it. I can play it.
You guys listen to Eric Church?
No.
No, I haven't.
He has a good song. It's a song called "All You Got to Do Is Put a Drink in My Hand."
Hey, I may like him actually then.
Yeah.
There was a song that I would. You're only going to hear this in the Netherlands, but the entire song literally translated is, "I'm gonna drink beer. Give me a beer in my hand. We're gonna party all night, and that's all we're gonna do forever until I wake up again, and it's another beer in my hand."
Nice.
And it's the I'm gonna find it. Ik vond Cypher.
Real quick. Good evening, or whatever your time zone is, to Steve on YouTube and Dim Keys, because I cannot pronounce your first name that you have on there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Emo Tack.
Hi, Emo.
Name.
What'd you say, Darren?
One more drink for 4 of us.
It's Abhinav. It's Indian,
Abhinav.
right? Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I can say it now.
No, that's not it either. What is it? Dutch drinking. I'm totally blanking.
Oh, good.
Are they from the Netherlands?
Said that he's okay with me saying Dim Keys.
No.
Hmm?
The song I was talking about is "Hearts Burst into Fire."
Oh yeah, I know that
good
one. It's not bad.
You got to play that intro.
Did oh crap, what's the group?
Yeah, I don't know this song, but yeah.
Jeff Keys had me laughing. He said I joined in, and all I heard was
I can't hear anybody now.
I can hear everyone except
You
is.
can't hear me?
I'm not talking.
Anybody hear me? Oh, there we go.
Nope.
I can barely hear you. Yeah.
Nah, I can hear you, Charles. I'm joking.
Okay. Had me nervous for a second. I thought I was muted.
Oh, Hollywood Undead.
Hollywood Undead's good.
Yeah. Yeah, any of you guys like them?
Sometimes.
pretty good.
I mean,
I never heard of them. Send it to me.
We can play Bullet.
Hey,
Not the
real
version
quick,
that-
play that "Hearts Burst into Fire" intro. Doesn't take that long.
I don't have speakers.
Bullet's a really super morbid song about this person that
yeah, Hollywood Undead. So they go their original, I think, 2 albums. A lot of sexual stuff, but the rhymes and beats were awesome. But then after that, Deuce kind of got kicked out of the group, and he went solo. And some of his solo stuff is okay, but they kind of went pop after he left. So, and they just kind of sucked after that. But,
yeah. Another band that I've listened to waking up in the morning, a band called Cynic, which is this prog metal band, which I would not expect any of you guys to know.
Prog metal band.
I'm a guitar guy, so I like the complicated shit to listen to, so I can like start plotting it out. Sometimes it gives me a headache with some of these guys, but
what were the guys
you ever watched that video that one of those random places picks up? It's like the top 10 hardest guitar tunes to learn or play. There's a lot of crazy out in there, like a lot of metal, even a lot of old school like 70s rock.
Oh yeah,
like the group who does it. It's like the top 10 of this, top 10 movies you've never seen or whatever.
Top 10 hardest songs to learn on guitar.
Yeah, something like that.
Cappy, did you ever like Austrian Death Machine?
Oh man! Oh, you hit the sweet spot. Oh,
I figured that was like right down your alley,
dude. That's just funny to me. Like I don't care. Like
get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Dude, my buddy showed me that, who was not into metal at all, and I was like, and he was like, dude, this is just funny. Like I don't even care that it's metal. It's just super funny. And I was like, dude, this is amazing. So Those top 10 songs: "Eruption" by Van Halen, "Through the Fire and Flames." I've actually met the guitarist. I met the guitarist Herman Lee of that band when I went to see him
Dragonfly,
at
right?
concert. Yeah, in concert. "The Dance of Eternity" by Dream Theater. That's because John Petrucci is just a guitar god.
Yeah.
"Cliffs of Dover" by Eric Johnson. That's just that's more of like a neo-classical guitar piece, kinda. It's weird. "Afterlife" by Avenged Sevenfold. That one's really. It's just the solo in that song is just insane. "Voodoo Child" by Jimi Hendrix. Just Jimi Hendrix in general.
Right.
"Master of Puppets"
Yeah,
is not that bad.
Did you ever see him play? Like he could play,
not like video.
Yeah, not live, but videos. He could play like the bass line with his thumb.
Yeah. So that's called
freaking nuts.
That's called thumb notes. Yeah, on
Like,
a
his
Strat.
hand was massive.
Yeah, I can do that as well. Like
Really?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, like I have behind me. I have my Epiphone SG, and then I have
It misses you.
My brother. What?
I said it misses you.
It does. It's staring at me. I would play something, but it would sound like shit because I don't have my audio set up. I don't have my audio set up to go direct into the computer right now. And then I have a Strat, and both of those guitars I can wrap my entire hand around and play thumb notes on. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I can't do it on my 8-string guitar because 8 strings.
Yeah.
Well, if you were, you'd be a giant, right?
I mean, I am just not that much of a giant. I'm
How tall are you?
6'4", 6'5", one of the two.
Jesus, you are a giant.
Depends on the day of the week.
Yes, it depends on
Fluctuates.
depends on the air pressure.
Yeah.
So you fit in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, no, actually I wasn't. I didn't fit in the Netherlands. I was actually a giant for them too.
I thought their average height was something like 6'1" or something.
That's
Yeah,
just
but-
women.
That's like Sweden.
No. Well, no. Like the Dutch do have the tallest population in the world by average, but
Right.
it's the other part of it too is you have a lot of Turkish and other Middle Eastern populace that have migrated there over the years. So people have kind of gone. It's starting to get their populace is getting shorter. So
my friend who
shorties.
taught in
Papadopoulos.
Japan for a while. He's 6'1". He taught in Japan for a while, like 3 years. He said it was a nightmare because they're a homogenous society, right? There's only Japanese people there, really, and they're all like 5'6", maybe 5'5", somewhere around there. And he was 6'1", and everything's built for them. So like showers sucked, beds sucked, the bus sucked.
Dude, the showers suck for me here.
Yeah,
and I'm not even gonna be the tallest of my brothers. My younger brother is 6'6" right now, and he's turning 20, and I'm still growing, as I found out when I stood next to my grandfather, who's 6'5", and then my youngest brother, who's 16, is 6'2".
Oh wow!
And my dad's sitting here at 6'1".
Yeah,
Jackasses.
I wish I had that curse.
After you're 14.
Huh?
Said you jackasses who kept growing after you were 14.
Dude,
I was like 14 and done.
But,
yeah,
dude,
my family's filled with a bunch of short motherfuckers.
You're-
I got to be 5'10", but
I am like my generation. So me and my sister, we're like way above everyone else. Like my mom is like 5'4", my dad's like 5'9". I'm 6'2". My sister's like 6 foot or 5'11".
No,
So
what?
yeah, I know, right?
I wish I could have cracked
half
6
sister.
foot.
Yeah.
Frantic Disembowelment by Cannibal Corpse. Yeah, that's terrible to play.
What the hell? Hearts Burst into Fire, man. That's the song.
Oh, here's a song that's on this list. Crazy Train. I can play that. That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that video. Some of it is just like maybe the amps that they were using or something crazy like that.
Right, Rose.
The amps on the train.
The Crazy Train. No, Randy Rose. A lot of his he also when Guitar World was still like putting out CDs with their magazines. I wonder if they still do. Actually, I haven't had a Guitar World in forever. They had a Randy Rhoads special where he actually taught his students, like he actually taught guitar lessons on the side when he wasn't touring with Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, so like they had his lessons, and some of the stuff that you learned, it's so simple, but it makes you sound like you're playing so fast, and it's just a simple exercise, and it's so fun. Just like using one scale the entire time, and you can make all this stuff. It's like, oh my god.
I think he was like raised to play classical guitar, wasn't he?
Yeah, a lot of the guys.
He had a music teacher, mother.
Mm-hmm.
His rise to fame was pretty interesting.
So a lot of the more difficult guitar songs that you will probably name off, like "Eruption" by Van Halen, "Through the Fire and Flames," like "Dance of Eternity" by Dream Theater, "Cliffs of Dover," anything Yngwie Malmsteen, like all those guys were trained classically first, and then they pick up an electric guitar and they just go to town on it. Because the amount of, and I tried picking up classical guitar after learning electric guitar, it didn't work out. And the amount of coordination and the amount of dexterity that you need to develop to play classical guitar translates super easy over to electric guitar, and all the theory that you learn on classical guitar is infinitely easier to use with electric guitars and rock and roll and metal and like even like the prog stuff. Like that's how a lot of prog guys start, is they start with classical and then they're like, but I want to play metal, and then they make this weird metal that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, how you said you tried to learn it, didn't work out. What was it? An A factor? Like it's harder to pick up languages and shit after you're, I don't know,
like
after you're in your
I think I was
pubescent years, I guess.
I was 14 when I tried to shut up. when I was trying to pick it up. I had already been playing electric guitar since I was 10. So I already had learned a bunch of Pink Floyd songs, a bunch of Megadeth songs. So these very like highly technical songs, and then going into like more of the metal side, more of the pop side, like Red Hot Chili Pepper, like, and rock side, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and even going into some Dream Theater stuff, which is like classical music metal. And then I went to classical guitar, and my right hand was so used to only having to do up and downward strokes for picking. And then I had to build up this dexterity for finger picking, because that's how you have to play classical guitar. And also the way that you hold the guitar is totally different from an electric guitar. It's just like, it was such a different change that after 4 years, it just was something that I couldn't really pick up. And then I think also the issue is I didn't fully commit to it. If I fully committed to it, I think I could have done it, but I was also doing electric guitar stuff at the same time. Like I was playing in bands and stuff like that, even back then. So,
yeah, gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah. Like always
learn something new about you.
Yeah, always have to fully commit to stuff. Yeah, I'll play some off air if you guys want to hear anything, but I don't want to kill the audience. But yeah, I want to learn Eruption. That would be fun. But oh wait, no, I can do the dive bomb now. I've got my brother's Strat. Yes. Yay. It's gonna be out of tune shit because it's not Floyd, but
hey Cappy, check the side chat.
Good thing Howie isn't here. Upward and downward strokes and eruption. God
You
damn
weren't
it!
supposed to read that out loud.
I didn't tell you to. Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about making a joke about that myself, but
All right, so what he posted in his side chat was, good thing Owie isn't here. Upward and downward strokes and eruption. Butthead. That's my butthead impression for him.
I was being nice and keeping it private.
It's all good.
No.
Fun. It's good for the audience. Make fun of Cappy. It's okay.
The fourth wall. Fourth wall has been shattered.
So, does anybody have anything else they want to say to the general public?
Oh, don't click shit.
Don't give RDP to the red team.
Freeze your credit.
Freeze your credit, yes.
Don't argue on the internet. Don't post stupid shit. I could go on, but we should end.
Don't use biometrics on your phone for security.
Always a good one. Oh, cool tip about that, actually, before we go. If you guys have an iPhone, if anyone in the audience has an iPhone, if you click your phone power button 5 times, it locks it down so that you can't open it with biometrics. You have to have
they introduced that in the last release, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, one of my security buddies told me about it because he's been a Apple guy for forever, and I bought the iPhone because it was the only phone at the time that I really was like, This is 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago.
Seen Demolition Man.
The new or the old?
Caprico. I was wondering if he's actually seen Demolition Man.
Stallone and Snipes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Parts of it, not all of it.
I was thinking about the defeating of biometrics that particular way.
What's that?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
Good flick.
Yeah, the only time I saw anything was when I was on break while working at Costco.
What's the shells for? Seriously, what's the shells for?
The shells.
Yeah.
Hey, there's 3 shells.
We didn't get an explanation in the movie. What are you scraping your ass with shells?
I would assume so.
Maybe.
Well, one theory is you use 2 shells to grab the poop and pull it out, and you use the 3rd shell for cleanup.
That's disgusting.
That's the theory.
Someone else has
That's
to
the
come in and
theory.
use those shells.
Yeah, they're meant to be one use and disposable.
Jeez.
What the?
All right. And enough.
Till next week.
Yes. The next week, same shell time, same shell channel.
All right, I'll take the chat back then, folks. Catch you next Wednesday, and everybody else that can hang on with us, hit the chat private. Catch you later.